Hi. Hello.
What's up, Mover?
Who
Good
just
timing.
cracked the can?
It's
Is it already that time?
Perfect sound effect for the start of the show.
That
pretty
was
much
amazing.
how my day's going.
Wow. How
It's
is
an
your day going,
insure
Doc?
is what it is. It's not anything crazy.
Yeah, it's 12 hours off to start the day, but who's
Yeah,
counting?
no big deal. I was while having breakfast this morning, but it's all good.
Hello, Mover.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. You already asked me that, dude.
Are you adjusting your
Lunacam.
okay? There we go. Dude, she's actually looking at us. Look at
She's
that.
judging you as well.
Pretty much. She's like, nope, fail.
Nope.
Nope.
Combination of
not yet.
sympathy and disbelief.
Now she's looking at me. This is the camera.
I think it's sadness.
That's me.
Gonky's seen those eyes from a woman before. It's
Well,
fair.
she heard about Uncle Gonky's trials and tribulations, so she's here for
know.
moral support,
I'm back in the restaurant here, so
as is her
Good.
duty.
How's your trip? Good.
yes. Thank you, Valley Design, again for letting me use this space. But yeah, it's
Restaurant.
good, man. We're up in Ohio visiting family and doing the RV thing, which is always fun. And yeah, it's good to be up here seeing my parents and my wife's parents. We had a family reunion.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
Why?
It's been a
horrible.
couple of years, man. Yeah.
Really?
Actually, it's cool. I enjoyed it. I mean, I got to see people I haven't seen in years. So it's fun, man. It's good. Life is good.
Did you brag about how you're a international YouTube star now?
Naval aviator.
No, dude, so the way the way my family does it is there's tables, and then the oldest fart of that family is the one that like gets up and kind of speaks about what's been going on. So
So this is your year.
that'd be my dad. That'd be my dad. He's in his 80s. So he was the spokesperson for I guess our side of the family. So it was kind of fun to sit and hear the stories from the old timers. Not much has changed. So actually nothing has changed. So other than technology, but yeah. How about you, Wombat? What have you been up to, man?
Oh
Couple
man,
weeks.
we've been, the Matson household has been living the epitome of never down, never out, just trying to get back up. But we're getting there. We're getting back up. Things are doing better.
Good.
Did a little flying, and Rush today. The stars had to align perfectly to be here, and they did.
As is the
So,
prophecy.
yeah, it was. Oof. But I needed an airline flight to work out and a child's baseball game to work out timing wise. So I picked the two most unreliable things timing wise on the universe and put them right before this show, and it worked out.
Dude,
So-
A320 flies perfect at 0.83.
Dude, well, it's funny. Today we had an MEL. One of the speed tapes blew off on landing before we got the plane. And I mean, listen, if it's not safe, I'm not taking it. But
Yeah.
dude, they had to retape it, and I didn't realize we could tape panels that big. Like it was so huge. And I asked the guys, I go, how did you know on the way in that it came off? And they're like, there was no doubt. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, it apparently caught low pressure and just wham. And I was like, oh, all right. So
Did you do the landing in Key West?
Yeah, it's captain only landing. So it was nighttime last night landing.
Did you carrier land that
It's
sucker?
nighttime
Yeah.
last night. Oh, that's good to know.
What?
I was confused about when night happens. Last night.
No,
was
it was
night.
last night was the landing, and then I flew out this morning. I did check. I mean, it was firm. I wouldn't
Good.
call it an ace. It wasn't an ace, but it was firm.
Magic carpet? Or-
It was definitely not magic carpet. I would assume those are very smooth landings. It was somewhere between like my typical Hornet landing and when I would land on the nose gear and the Hawkeye and pitching deck, somewhere in there. But I did check when I woke up this morning to go to the gym. I may have looked at the flight that took our plane out this morning, and it was on time. So I did not break it or anything, but I did have to check.
Not that anybody looks.
No. But it was, yeah, man, it was a good trip. Great baseball game. Happy to be on the show. I know it's been a while. Sorry about that.
Glad you made it, man.
It was on me. These guys
Not
were,
for lack of asking.
Yeah, they were. So there's no beef. They were asking me to come on. I just wasn't in the right headspace to come on. I'm not going to bring the show down. So
Can't go any lower.
in that way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you never bring it down, man. You're always
Only
welcome.
up.
Yeah,
Never
so-
down, never out is where
There
you
you
bring
go.
the show.
So
Awesome.
yeah. But what's new with everybody? Anything?
Mm.
Nothing?
Doug, are you with us?
Doug?
He's a ghost.
I'm with you, but I have nothing to report.
Perfect. That's about the summary of our show tonight. Well, we'll see
Well,
you
All
guys.
right. Great.
See everybody
Glad I
next week.
rushed
All we
over
had,
that.
you know.
Cool.
All right. Hey, listen, we got people in the audience that want to talk to us. So we'll talk to them. Catholic Pilot says, hi, all at Right Pat for Medical. Y'all are a good way to end one. Welcome back, Wombat.
Thanks,
Good
man.
luck with your medical.
Yeah.
Let us hope
Exactly.
that you get the good ones.
Naive question mover. Is Right Pat where you guys go, like where we go to NAMI in Pensacola? Is that like the funnel through?
Yes.
Or
It used to
okay.
be at
Well,
Brooks,
good luck.
Brooks City Base. Now it's Right Pat.
Where's that at? Where's
Brooks was in San Antonio.
Oh, okay. I'm just not familiar with the Gonky, and I caught the Air Force after that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that
Okay.
because we're going to talk about a little show here in a second. That's
I didn't
not-
break
not-
FOQA. There was
not
no
a seaman.
breaking FOQA. It was
Tom would
it
like
was-
to know, did you FOQA rat you out?
No, it was totally legal. You're allowed to land firm in Key West. It's only 4,800 feet. Do you go down there, Gonky, at all?
I don't, but I mean,
No,
you
his
can land
clientele
firm.
do not have that kind of money.
Okay.
You don't have Key West money. What are you
They go to
talking
Marathon Key.
about?
Marathon.
They
Not
go-
your boat. That's
uh,
hilarious. It's funny because
yeah.
it's true.
They go to Homestead.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's
we bust them down. on
We
that. We just bust them
They
down.
bust
They
from
bust-
Eglin.
We
Ask
bust
us how
them
we
down.
know.
and then you bust
Yeah.
down. I mean, I think it's only like 4,800 foot or something. Somebody will chime in. It's a short
Yeah,
runway.
It is, yeah.
How
But
do you
it does
not know
bring-
how long your runway is, Captain?
because that's
Yeah.
first officer's job. Because when the runway's that short, I'm only picking medium brakes, so it doesn't matter. I don't care. But yeah, there's a lot of restrictions. But it was not. You're allowed to make it firm, but it doesn't have to break the jet. So I dissipated energy on touchdown. Is the
Perfect.
way.
Notice you were noticeably absent when the UFO hearings were happening.
Tom,
I mean, Congress is having hearings, and suddenly
Tom, we
there's
finally
no
get him on the
Wombat.
show. We finally
I'm,
get him on that.
I'm losing you. I can't hear. What was the repeat? What you said? Let's just move on. We'll get back to
Look at the time. I'm so hungry. Oh, gee.
it.
I'd like to speak to my wife.
Yeah.
Hey, so you know what I did this weekend? I watched this
No.
new show
Yes.
called Top Gun's Next Generation. And now we would like to give a review because I made these two watch at least 2 episodes. I've watched 5 episodes.
Hey,
5.
I did figure out what you meant by why I would relate to episode 3, and that was a low blow but funny. All the
It wasn't a low blow. It was it was a harken back to your days of yore.
I have not seen it yet, so don't give it
Oh.
away. But I've seen the preview to it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
That's why. Yeah.
Did you watch
Yeah.
the first 2, Wombat? Did you watch the first 2
Yeah, I
episodes?
did. I did.
What'd
We're
you
all
think?
caught up at least on the first 2. Let me set the stage
Okay,
and then
yeah,
we can
set
get
the
to your
stage.
opinion. So
This is a show.
this is a show. Thank you. It's a show in Meridian, Mississippi, where they're following these students in advanced, which if you're an Air Force type like myself, it's equivalent-ish to introduction or fighter fundamentals, except they don't have wings yet, which is different from the Air Force. And it goes through starting with strike, then they go to the boat for some reason, but they never go to the boat. It's FCLPs. And then they do offensive BFM, defensive BFM. I don't know about high aspect. Then they go do a low level. Then they do intercepts. They do CAS. And it's all of the personal drama that goes with it. And I think it's awesome that they are doing something like this. The cinematography, let's start
Oh,
out, is
done.
outstanding.
Correct.
K2, We salute you
Unbelievable.
once again.
Yeah.
Here you go. A toast.
Unbelievable.
To our
Amazing.
homie,
Yeah.
Kevin
Cheers.
LaRosa
Please
Jr.
make my book a movie. It'd be
That
awesome.
you are once again, you've outdone yourself.
Yeah.
However, the editors had no idea what they were looking at. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
Well, okay, a couple things real quick. Just so I know, because I don't know Air Force, because I barely know my stuff. But you say it's like Introduction to Fighter Fundamentals, right? IFF.
Correct. Yes.
But then I'm confused. What are you guys doing T-38s?
No, it's like,
Like
so their IFF is
T-38s
phase
is-
2. It's
so-
phase 2 for us.
Yeah.
Phase 2 advanced. So T-38s advanced would be the equivalent of T-45s.
It's-
Yeah.
Everything you did in the tweet, you just do it in the 38 again, but with fast jets. It's contact, formation, instruments. low
Okay, so
level.
that's like
Phase
phase one of okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's jet introduction. That's all it is.
A couple
Landing that
things
thing takes a
because
while. Sorry, go ahead.
I watched the second episode 2 nights ago,
Mhm.
and I, as a former Meridian wing LSO, was thoroughly confused until right at the end when the instructor said, "We would take you to the boat if we're going." So the editing on that, I was like, "What?" First of all, I was like, "Why are we doing boat stuff now? That should be typically at the end." So I was like, "Man, they really got these things out of sequence." What they were doing in episode 2 is what we call mid-phase FCLPs. So it is just FCLPs. You pretend like you're going to go to the boat. You treat it like you're going to go to the boat. You could 100% fail mid-phase, just like you could fail going to the boat, but you're never going to the boat in mid-phase, ever. It is just to get you extra landings and to get you looks at the ball and to get you those fundamentals. And the reason they do it is so now every flight you do after that in defensive, offensive, high aspect, low levels, when you come back to the field, you are burning every bit of your gas down, flying that same pattern to stay up on it. So it's a way to cheat and get extra landings before you start CQ, which I'm assuming will be at the end of the show. I'm assuming, but I haven't gotten that far. So just to clear it up for anybody who's watching that was confused, I used to do the job and I was confused. So that was mid-phase. So they are doing it in the right order, but that was, I was like, what do you mean you're not going to the boat? Like you just did all these workups, but that was mid-phase FCLPs. They were never going to go to the boat ever. So
I spent most of the time watching that confused. I have wings.
Well,
And
true.
I had no idea. I was having trouble keeping up.
My opinion, since you asked, the cinematography, dude, K2, I mean, I've never met the guy. Hats off. Like you took a jet that is painted like a clown.
Yeah.
Look, I love the T-45. Like I flew it a lot, right? When
Yeah.
you instruct in something, you love the plane. But like, it's not inherently sexy looking for a
Wait till you get to the low level. They made it look cool there.
Oh no,
too.
I could imagine. I've seen a couple of the clips. Like it again. Hats off to K2 to a person I don't even know. If you can make that jet look cool with it belching out black smoke because it's so old,
it's
awesome,
dating
right?
in 2025, man. It's just an Instagram filter.
Dude,
Go on.
100%. Now, let's talk about the editing. I'll sum up the editing in one scene in episode 2. Okay. And Mover, I know you've seen a lot, so you may have to think back. Gonky, if you just saw episode 2, you probably won't.
Probably
the one female, the Navy lieutenant, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's struggling. Okay, fine. Right. And at one point she goes up into the pattern and they make it look like she joined up on the Marine captain female who's not struggling. And the editing was like, how is that? Well, I put too much power on. That doesn't happen. That conversation never happened. Students don't form up together like that. I'm literally like, I watched that and I was like, what in the and my wife's like, what? I'm like, pause. I'm like, hold on a second. I go, honey, you were married to me when I did this job in Meridian. I'm going to back this up. Tell me if this makes any sense. And we played it again. And she's like, what in the and I'm like, exactly. So listen, guys, like I'm not knocking it. I am so thankful that they are doing a show like this and they are paying homage to these hardworking instructors that I mean, that's not an easy job. It's not. And I speak from experience for having done it 3 different times in my career. It is not an easy job. So hats off to how hard they're working. On the other side, if you had a little bit better editing, I think this thing could have been insanely good, because the problem is they are editing things in there for the uneducated viewer that's not educating them on anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like so in the bombing run one where they have all the cool symbology that, by the way, does not exist in a T-45. It looks like
missile lock while you're looking for the target on a 30 degree
I don't know if
dive
anybody
bomb.
realizes this, but that is not the T-45, at least not the Alpha or Charlie. But that I can understand a little bit, because the average person who's not a pilot doesn't really understand what they're looking through there.
People. Yeah, it's for
okay.
stupid
Well,
people.
not stupid, just not educated. But the editing of how they did some of this stuff, and how it seemed like after every FCLP landing, they were going up to some holding pattern. Like, that's not, you're not adding to the story. You could have put more things in there that I think the viewer would have really liked. That being said, again, cinematography, great. And I'll be honest with you, and people are going to flame me for this, I don't even hate the storylines.
No,
I don't. I actually enjoy, so far, 2 episodes in, the actual stories. And a lot of these, remember, some of us have been allegedly in the PBS carrier special back in the day. Allegedly. Okay.
Allegedly.
That storyline, when you go back and you watch the PBS carrier, that's the name of the show, they really focused on like every black eye story they could find on the ship to over dramatize it. They're not doing this. Like, you had the Marine who is struggling in strike. Dude, that's legit. I mean, Gonky, you remember, man, like there were guys the first time they rolled in on a target freaked out because they're like, whoa, like I'm pointing, and I'm sure T-38 is the same way. Like, I've never pointed a plane at the ground like this. And they freak out a little bit. And he did, but he came back, right? You have people that struggle at the boat. That is very common. And I told my wife, I go, it doesn't surprise me that Navy lieutenant struggled a little bit, because she was so good at bombing, right? And bombing is very technical. It's like instrument flying in a lot of regards, right? Like, it's very like you hit your wickets. Whereas, Gonky, you know, ball flying is more magic. I mean, it's more finesse. So what we would see is the people that were good in those phases, instrument phase, the bombing phase, things like that, tended to struggle a little bit more at the boat initially in mid phase. So I don't even hate those stories, right? I think that's done well. I just think some of the editing, I'm like, guys, you got gold here. Like, K2 gave you gold. So far, every student that's been in there, and some of my former instructor buddies that have been in there, they're doing great for the most part. There's a couple that I'm like, all right, champ, throttle back just a hair. Like, we get the rah pitch.
Can we just talk about this for a second?
I think that's amazing.
Navy call signs.
I think it's amazing. I think what this shows me is the Navy's back, Mover. The Navy is back.
Lord Fart Quad.
Yeah.
You had to earn that one, dude.
All hail Lord Farquaad.
There's another guy on there that's called Sad Cat. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you yell that across the O Club? Hey, Sad Cat.
Oh,
Just
dude.
like you did.
Just
Just like you
you.
did.
Perfect.
Just like you did.
Lord Fart Quad. Come
Yeah.
here. Like, how do you because the whole point is you're like, Wombat, pull up. Like, you can't. Do you call him Lord or do you call him Fart Quad?
Most of the time when
fart
they're
for
long,
short, dude, for sure.
Yeah,
It's fart for sure.
Yeah. Most of the time, you know,
How's he ever
when they're
going to run
that,
for office? I'm
He's not.
Congressman Lord Fart Quad, and I approve this message.
When he got his call sign, that was the end of his political.
Yeah, he
ambition.
ended that career. That was that. That career's over. But no, I really do. I'm happy so far with it. It's brought me back. My wife has asked me after each episode if I miss it, and I do a little bit, and it takes a lot for me to miss stuff in the Navy. So anyway,
Yeah, well, dude, have K2 just do a video of your Porsche, and you'll be happy. I mean, he can make anything look awesome.
whoa, the Porsche is awesome. If you were going to say that properly, Mover, you should have said have him do a video of the E2 because he can make anything look awesome. That I would have been
E2 is
like,
already awesome. Gonky, your thoughts?
Well, the Mover hit me with tasking to watch 2 hours of
2
TV.
hours,
So
2
I was
hours
like,
of your life. Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, baby, this is work. Anyway, so she watched it with me. And it was actually first episode. first episode, I really enjoyed it. It kind of put the man, it's like I wish I was in my 20s again, doing this again. Because WOMBAT, I remember when we
Oh,
were.
dude, you are 100% that Navy or the Marine captain. Married to the Marine.
On
That
the
was you,
motorcycle,
dude.
married to the
Yep.
job.
Yeah. Things don't scare me. I'm married to it. I love it. I was like, I am watching a young Gonky right now.
Yeah, he
So
did.
that
He
guy-
did about as good too. So, but
well, no, actually, that guy went on to be successful. So there's
yeah. So the first episode, I was like, this is really cool. You know, put a lot of the old feelings back in this old man. But you know, they got into the strike stuff, and my wife starts asking me questions, and it's so funny to echo what you guys are saying. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, the comm is not making sense. I don't know why they're in these weird flying positions. So, like,
there's a lot
you
of
know,
that.
dude, the cinematography is amazing, phenomenal. Like like you said, Wombat, it's clown jet, but like today, I was like, man, that is a cool looking jet.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing, I know Pancake. He was a student when I first showed up at VFA 125 as an IP, so I know him.
Holy crap.
And Duster was in the Blue Diamonds. We high-fived. I was on the way out.
Yep.
He was on the way
Duster
in.
was an instructor with me.
He is Duster,
super
like,
nice guy. Super
yeah,
nice guy.
right. So the one scene where in episode 2, spoiler, when he comes in for the fast break and does all that.
And
he's
Duster
like,
chews him out.
yeah, I'm like, no chance.
Never
like,
happened.
No. Duster's chew out would be like, man, you know, that was.
Dude, I'm a little disappointed.
That was pretty. Dude,
Wait till you get to episode 5. There's a whole thing at his dinner table, and he's like, them kids know that they signed up for the United States Navy, and wherever they end up is where they end up, and they should have known. Like, he's like a hammer.
He's coached. That was they took like
Took
it
10
took like
takes.
25 shots to get that. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, okay,
Try
we'll keep
again,
that
but
up.
this time be mean. Like I tried.
Yeah, he's the nicest dude. Yeah, like
Yeah,
every
super
time.
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pancake. I knew Duster though, and I knew some of the other ones that are coming on too.
Yeah, I was a brand new IP, and he was finishing up, and he went on to do obviously good things, but yeah, so weird seeing people that I know. But yeah, like my wife started asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know, and then you know, I was talking with Mover about this, and Wombat, I wanted to ask you, since you're an IP there.
Yeah.
So in T45s, because I don't remember. Two things that stood out to me. I don't remember anybody over GN coming off target on the strike. And then I don't remember ever, we used to brief it and talk about it, but like nobody ever went up to the lame duck altitude.
So I've
you
seen
ever
it
see
happen. I've seen it happen. They made a bigger deal out of it, I think. That was their storyline a little bit there.
Right.
And it's cool because it explains it a little bit. Yeah, now I will say the one instructor who I didn't know that was in the back for the one over G,
right.
It is not uncommon for an over G to come from a Hornet guy because they're used to.
But that's an instructor. We're talking about new students, man.
No, I know. But if you remember the scene, he goes,
Yeah.
hey, he goes,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
time. Yeah. He goes, we do it a lot because So
the reason why I bring that up is as I watched episode 1 and 2, I told my wife, I was like, this is a lot of manufactured drama. Like, I don't think, because riddle me this, and I ran this past Mover, but you being a previous T45 IP, imagine, and you know, they stated at the beginning in episode 1, they're like, this is my dream, blah, blah, blah. And obviously the military, the America has pumped a lot of money. Dude, as a RAG IP, if we had a show like this being filmed and one of the students legitimately had a problem, got it down, it's like, okay, dude, you're like TV show stuff out here.
You're out
like,
of the show.
Dude, our objective is to get you to the fleet safely and to train you, dude. This is like, we spent a lot of money and time. This is your dream. Like, I don't see them playing out the whole drama like they did. That's just me. Maybe, you know, the downs really happened and, you know, he's standing out there like, there they go flying without me, you know?
Well, and again, remember, much like everything on the internet, social media, right? It's context is key.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, they did go fly without him because he wasn't a
They
safe
did.
solo.
But again, it sound
like, he backed over his puppy dog on the way to work. Like it's a down, and people got downs. I will tell you, Gonky, throughout my instructor time, not me, but like more downs were given out than what you and I saw in flight school.
Maybe we were better.
Dude,
No,
I just wanted to
I'm
say it.
watching this thing, and
I
like, there's
think
one
that
thing where
the
they're like,
instructors
she
are
is not landed 4 out of 6 times. If she doesn't get these last 2, she's out of the program. And I'm like, she got the
Yeah.
last 2, but that's a pass.
Yeah, I don't.
That's-
I understood because you messaged me that, and I'm like, and again, all of that
Manufactured.
made more sense once I realized it was mid-phase and not CQ.
Well,
Because in mid-phase, it's like, we're going to treat you like you're going to the boat, but we know you're not. But we're going to treat you like, but you're really. Not.
so
But
and
we're
then
gonna, it's that mentality. So
then the last thing, I mean, overall, I'm enjoying it. But we're
Yeah,
nitpicking
it's
here. We're nitpicking as
we're not. We're
Fine,
jealous
fine.
that we're not in it.
It's not made
basically.
for us.
no.
It's not.
I enjoy it. But anyways, none of the were any of those LSO calls like? Did you ever say? I don't
You're
know.
on glide
Like,
slope.
yeah, you're on
Well,
glide slope.
No, the on glide slope, yes.
Bring it up
My
a little
guess-
high. You're really high.
Yeah, those were not standard LSO calls.
Yeah.
My guess, and you'd have to talk to the LSOs there because I don't know either of those LSOs that were in there.
Right.
I've got to believe. I mean, one of them is a commander. I'm assuming
Mhm.
he's a reservist. He's probably been doing it a minute, right?
For sure.
Granted, he's coming in from his Southwest or United weekend job and trying to get drill points to teach
Also, he's seen
mid-phase.
us on a show.
Yeah. So,
He's a Southwest guy.
but it wouldn't surprise me if the editors wanted, hey, can you give us how else would you talk? And they just
Right.
dubbed all that over because, yeah, very rarely at the field, as long as the student was safe, was I saying anything. I'm like, look, it's on you.
I
And
mean,
if-
all
if
the
you-
comm I ever got was like, "You're high,
Roger.
power,
You're hot. Yep.
easy with it, right for lineup." You know, like
yeah,
come
there's
left.
very
Like,
standard calls. There's
Yeah.
very standard calls. Very standard calls. And I'm sure both of those people were competent LSOs that
Oh, yeah.
know standard calls. So I've got to believe that was maybe a little bit more sugar because it was mid-phase and you talked to them a little bit more in mid-phase. A little bit more, but not much. And I think some of it was for the show. That would be my guess. But I don't know either one of them. I haven't talked to either one of them.
Overall, I enjoy it. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
It's just editing. I mean, there was times when they're like 3, 2, 1, fights on, and it's an offensive set. You're like, and then you see the jet flying like behind them, immediately
Yeah.
after the fight's on. You're like, dude, there was one part where the animations were stupid. They're like, okay, and now the instructor's going to do something wild. And it was an offensive set. And the instructor turned right, just did a 180. And you're like, who edited this? Who put this
Yeah.
together?
Well,
You
there
guys
was
Call
yeah.
us. We will help you not sound
Yeah.
like idiots. And also,
Yeah.
for the record, let me make this very clear because one of the students said it, and I would have downed him right then and there. But one of the students said it, and then they put it on the screen. The plural of aircraft is aircraft. There's no S. There never
That's
has been.
true.
There never will unless you're from a third world country. Okay? That's not how our United States Navy operates. We say aircraft, and that's the way it's always been, and that's the way it's always going to be. And if you can't say that, you need to get out of my Navy.
So, one more fun fact. My wife's watching. She's like, "Oh, that's Micah from church." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, he used to go to my church."
Oh yeah,
one
Kate
of the
said that.
students. One of the students
Kate-
in the show used to
Yeah.
used to go to
Well,
my
this
church.
was filmed in 2022, so they're all probably like in their fleet,
Oh,
which
yeah.
also I will laugh. Only one out of like 8 students said in their little interview, I want to fly the F-35. Everybody else said they wanted
Yeah.
to fly the Hornet.
Yeah.
Every
Well, nobody
single
admits
person.
to it. Let's be honest, man. It's like, come on. You don't go to the bar with the intent of,
Nobody
right?
says they want to buy a scooter.
yeah.
The one guy was a Marine. He's like, oh, I got my number one dream shot. I want to fly the F-35.
Well, in the Marine Corps, dude, like, you want to fly a clapped out Hornet or
Yes.
you
Hey,
wanna fly something
I've
new?
flown clapped out Hornets. Okay,
Hold
it's
on,
not
good.
that
Hold
bad.
on.
They're good.
You want to
jets.
fly a clapped out 2-seat Hornet or the
Oh.
35? So give the
There
kid a
you go.
break.
Valid. Wizzo versus single seat. I'm gonna.
Exactly. I'll take the aircraft accidentally ejecting me on purpose over over having to talk to somebody. No,
All right.
I think it's great. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. I just wish I agree with you, Mover. I'm like, call one of us. I would
We'll help you.
love to have had a hand in the editing because I think it could have been that much more. But it is fantastic. So
final score, gentlemen, out of 10. Gonky.
7.
Wombat.
yeah, that's because you were never a T4. I'm so far 2 episodes in, I'm giving it a 9.1.
Oh wow.
6.9.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't.
I mean,
that's
dude, it's above average.
slightly above, slightly below. I mean, it's above average. It's a nice show. I am happy that they're making it because I think that this will inspire the kids at home to go join, and one day they will find themselves in the clown jet because it's still going to be flying because we still haven't figured out what's going to replace it.
Dude, they look good in there too.
Episode 2 won't exist because we don't do that anymore.
No, we don't do. We go straight from 1 to 3.
Oh, hey, you know what's crazy? They do Cass. Dude, I didn't do Cass until I was in a gray jet. Holy
Me
crap.
too. Yeah, they added that.
It was. Yeah, that was an ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's probably why they got
Also-
more downs because they were doing a lot harder stuff than we did.
yeah. Well, the reason they're doing it is because they don't want to spend the hours in the rag, right? So they're trying to lowest common. Also, shout out to all the maintainers and stuff. I thought that was cool too.
That was
all
cool.
the contract
Yeah.
maintainers, because those guys and girls in Meridian, Kingsville bust, and Pensacola bust their butts getting those
That's
jets.
true.
Like, so it's cool that they showed some of that too.
They showed the dancing guy in episode 5. He's cool.
Cool.
And then
Can't
he
wait.
shouts out the students. He's like, I could never do that. I just, I'm out here.
Yeah.
It's
Oh no,
like,
there's a mutual respect, as there should be.
Yeah.
I mean, on that.
really cool.
So yeah. So go watch it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy it. Have fun. Thank you, K2, for doing that. And
Yeah,
whoever else
awesome
made
work.
it. But K2
Awesome
really
work.
did. I mean,
Yeah.
he made those jets look cool.
Dude, I just want him to send me a couple T45 videos from that because when I'm old, I'll just watch them. Like it is freaking cool, man. Like it made me miss it big time.
Mhm.
So,
Melvin says NAS Oceania was on the web. You guys would be great announcers maybe next year.
did they have
yeah,
a
the air show.
or
Yeah, the air show.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched some of it. It was good.
yeah, was it good?
We would definitely ruin that.
Yeah, that's what they
100%.
want. Though. That's
And
what
then
people
there's
want.
Fat Amy from the left.
Look at her
Big
go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Still
flattering
going.
angle. Oh, okay. Nope, there it is again.
Mhm.
She's lost
Yeah,
weight,
walking
folks.
up into the climb.
Yeah. Marky Mark says, "Love you guys. Take me to bed or lose me forever."
That's funny.
For $10, I mean,
Yeah. One Pocket Slim says, "I saw PBS Carrier pitching deck. Looks absolutely terrifying. Was that before Magic
Yes.
Carpet?
that
Well
was before.
Way
Well,
before.
that was Wombat's introduction to the fleet, is what that was, and that is, yeah, dude, that's
Andrew would like to know what's with
Nothing.
Wombat and UFOs.
nothing. No comment.
He paid $2. Wombat, spill it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Lyle says, "Have you guys heard the story about how the USN Hornet driver got the call sign STAB?" Dude, that could be an acronym. That
Yeah.
could be he.
I don't know. Well, I know more than one stab too.
That
Yeah.
could be a wild deployment to Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That
I
might be
know
a
more
Marine
than-
right now getting that call sign.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I don't.
Sorry, man.
You'd have to be more specific.
Tic Tac's got my back. Says, "Listen, Wombat is just fun to hang out with." Okay,
Tic-tac, dude. I love it.
dude. Another week without Asada.
Oh. Yeah. Man, I hope we didn't get him in trouble.
I hope so too.
Dang it, man.
That's sad. Justin. Oh, look,
Hey,
it's a
Justin.
Hornet dude.
Yeah.
man.
Nice. Thanks,
I wonder
man.
if he's one of the. No, he's not one of the dudes. But it's possible that they're all in the fleet now. Likely.
are.
Just
Although at the end of
watching
this one, they're like, "This is the culmination of 3 years of. It takes y'all 3 years to get wings."
well, nowadays it does because everything's broke, dude.
I mean, it did
It's a
take
lot.
me.
No, it's a lot longer.
54
backlog
weeks.
is
That's what you get.
That's the Air Force. It
Well,
was
it used to
never
be the
that
Air
way in the
Force.
Navy. It was never that way in the Navy, and it at times gets really bad.
Dude, I was 1 year in the fleet before I promoted to 03 lieutenant. I showed up to the Hornet as an ensign.
I think but like in the E2, I showed up to the fleet as a JG and then put it on pretty quickly. I think, if I remember. I don't know. I'd have to do math, which I can't. So it just depends. But you also
Okay.
didn't throw up on every flight, so that maybe.
Andrew says, "I just had Flight Suit Friday. Wanted to say thank you for being my inspiration, mover, Gonky, and Wombat."
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool. Radfish says, I read that it was originally filmed to be a 100% reality show, and for some reason it didn't pan out. So Nat Geo is airing it as a documentary. Explains it for me.
Huh, maybe.
I could see that.
I don't understand that. How would you make that a reality
I
show?
mean,
Though?
Drama.
The drama, yeah.
The dude. I mean, they
Why
have
does
the
it
guy
have
just.
to be that way? Like,
Huh?
just make it. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I mean, let's be realistic.
I know,
The
it's what
average-
people
it's
want.
TikTok attention spans. So
I
you
know.
have to have like the music and the drama and cut the
Mhm.
commercial, because if you don't, then people are going to flip to the Kardashians or whatever is popular these days.
Yeah.
These kids.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about, but like, dude, when I was at Kingsville and the VTs, it was a fun atmosphere, but it definitely didn't seem as maybe I'm showing my age, but as
Chill.
coddly.
They play volleyball in this show.
Dude, when I was in VT land, like they were old A4 and A6 drivers as my and like, dude, it was very serious, and like if you showed any weakness, man, I mean they'd roll they'd roll.
So I could speak to that because now think about my timing, Gonky. Like went through T45s with you, right? And then E2, and then came back to T45s in Kingsville briefly, 7-month tour before I went off to the Hornet. And then did my Hornet stuff, and then went back to T45s in Meridian, right? And those were 3 very distinct different times. Like I agree with you. When you and I were students, we were legitimately afraid to talk to the instructor.
Yeah.
Like afraid, like flat out afraid. And I don't think that was the best training atmosphere either. Because what did we do? We talked to each other. Right. Like, so it's like, hey man, what'd you do? Well, dude, just because you did the flight 1 before doesn't make you an expert. Right. Fast forward to when I go back to Kingsville as instructor, 2008-9 timeframe, the students at that point, they were more comfortable talking to you, but they were still very, very, very respectful. Okay. Like I remember I had written a article in Approach magazine for when I almost died one of the times in the E2, and it was published right when I got to Kingsville. And remember they had like the 2 circle tables in VT22 ready room, and like the instructors were one, students were the other.
Oh yeah.
I remember sitting at the
sides.
instructor one, and one of the students was like, hey sir, is this you? And it's like a table full of students. I was like, yeah, I wrote it. He's like, do you have a minute to come over and tell us about it? And I thought that was a real sweet spot because they were still very respectful, but they were comfortable enough to ask you, whereas we were not. We were respectful. We were just scared.
I didn't want
anything. Fast forward,
yeah.
You didn't want anything, and that's
like,
not a
who's
good
that guy
training environment. Yeah.
Right.
Now, fast forward to finish the story. When I went to Meridian, it swung even further, and I failed a student, and he keyed my truck. So, I mean, there's
oh, dude,
No.
true story. True story.
Yeah, you know
Did
what?
anything adverse happen to him, or is he
got
out
kicked out
there?
of the Navy.
Oh yeah,
That's right. He did get kicked out. That's right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it was the atmosphere.
so very, very different.
I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
Well, they say
my,
sir. They say yes, sir, a lot in the jet.
They
edit
do.
that in.
They do. Yeah,
we
they
did.
do.
We did too. It was
Oh,
every
dude.
sure. I mean, shit, dude. I was still in like the OCS mindset, you know.
Yeah, you still are in some regards. Let's be honest.
What they missed out was the feeling of sitting in the front seat and hearing your instructor like start talking in like this low growl, like what are you know, that angry in the back, and you're like, I'm so screwed. Oh, I'm so screwed. You know, because you know that tone change in the back, because you're just like, oh, I got to finish this, but this is gonna hurt when we get back.
Yeah.
I did like the one comment on the strike one where the guy was like, I felt like I let my dad down with your voice in the back. And I was like, that's a good instructor right there. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I look
Carl
forward to
says,
the next.
glad to know your thoughts. Thank you. Carl, are you
Thanks,
involved with this production?
Yeah.
It's good. We like it. We're just
Yeah.
nitpicking.
Oh, well, people are just going to be mad at Mover now.
Yeah. That's fine.
See, I'd be an old school instructor. People would know I'm
Yeah,
mad.
you would.
at them at all
Oh, yeah,
times.
you would. Yeah, you would. I was the instructor that everybody thought was mad, but then I was a super Santa Claus and super fun to fly. But they were like, man, I don't want to fly a Wombat. Like,
Yeah.
that dude. Oh,
Your taxi
I'm just
spacing
like,
is off. You hook.
yeah.
Here, take this taco. It's Taco Tuesday. Enjoy. Thomas says, welcome, Wombat. Mover is at Mustache Monday. No memo was sent out. There's more.
It's you
just
got like a
work.
Fu Manchu thing going there, man. You guys are both grubby.
Pretty
Get back
much.
to
It
work.
takes a minute to get there. It's not an easy process. Gundam Blade says, "Evening, guys, and Wombat. What would Casmo and Skid? What would Casmo and Skid would say about the Top Gun show? Also, evening, Doug and Luna. Well, you know what? When Casmo joins us in a week, we'll have that as his homework as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And Skid would just love it because Skid loves everything with fighter jets.
You know, I will say it is possible to edit it that it makes sense to both pilots and idiots alike because Top Gun Maverick did that.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not impossible. You can actually make things because, like, when they did the shit hot break, I'm like, what did he even do? And then they showed it 400. I'm like, oh, he did a shit hot break.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
He
I mean,
rode
but-
the lightning.
But
Yeah.
dude, but that's Wombat. I mean, that's the other thing. I'm like, this can't be real because when I was going through, like, it's all about survival in flight school, and there's just certain real easy things you don't do to get kicked out or highlight yourself. And one of them is 450 knots in the brake. Like, if the IP brings you in at 450, that's one thing. But like as a student, right, Wombat? It's like
Agree to disagree.
no, as a student, like I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna do anything.
Dude,
I've done
when
some
I
dumb
was doing my CQ phase, I raced one of our friends who went on to be a Top Gun instructor over to Navy Orange Grove. We both hit the initial half a mile of beam each other at the same time. We did opposing breaks because neither one of us would let up. And we went beak to beak at the 90, telling either each person on the tack who was going first.
Was this your first time there or second?
First, as a student.
And for the E2?
When I was in Kingsville, VT-22.
Okay.
Right? And I let him go ahead and I came in behind. We both got waved off. Not a word was said. Our LSO, who is a fine American, flew back and in the debriefed us 6 passes each, not counting that one. And we were both like, okay. And we were, because we were expecting to get grounded. I mean, we were expecting it, right? And he goes, you could tell the other guy was nervous. And I was like, screw it. I'm an E2 guy. What are they going to do? And I was like, sir, is that it? There was a wave off in there too, I think. And he goes, oh, was that you? Was that you? And we're like, yeah. He's like, oh, dude. He's like, don't tell anybody. Statute of limitations. We're fine. He goes, dude, I got there early. I had my feet up on the desk. I was reading a Playboy. I forgot to turn the radio on. He goes, he didn't even realize you guys were in the pattern. He didn't see any of it. He's sitting there reading. He looks up, sees a T-45, scrambles and hits the pickle. Never saw it. So
sounds like this might have been you at some point also in your career. But
there by the grace of God, go on.
Yeah, exactly.
There may or may not be a beautiful picture of me asleep against the window of an E2 using a similar magazine as a buffer. So the thing would not vibrate in my helmet. But so there was people that pushed the envelope, Gonky. I think you, much like the Marine, you were so married to it. You were so afraid, like, and honestly, you were smarter than us. Like, I was dumb. I was like, they can't believe they let me get this far. So I pushed it a couple times.
Gonky?
Well,
thanks, Mover, for the vote of confidence there, bro. Appreciate you.
So I mean, I do think, dude, we saw it, and I never. So, do you remember the interview I did with Nasty when at the end I joked around with him, told me about the best E2 flyby? You know, I was baiting him. I wanted him to tell the story of what I did, but what he said there, and I think there is some validity to this still in aviation in the military, is he wanted people to push it. He just wanted people to push it small and safely to get to their limit, right? And I do think you're going to see students that still pull that. And this kid obviously did. And, you know, he got his licks for it and, you know, whatever. I saw guys try to do that coming in for CQ and I would just laugh at them. I'm like, well, you wasted one pass, because the T-45 is not an easy aircraft to do that in either. Right. So that's the other thing they don't realize. The F-18 is super easy. You just squat it and then squat it again. Right. The E-2 is easy. It'll bleed energy. The T-45 is a slick little jet. Like, it doesn't like to bleed off the energy coming around quite the same way. So to answer your question, I do think there are people that would push it. It's probably less. And I think there's the incidents of people pushing it and not getting caught are still there. This kid he went, and I don't knock him for it, because you know what, when the time comes and he's got to push it, like one of the people we know that decided to maybe get shot at by his own ship, and he had to push the envelope and really hang it out there. He made the right decision, right? So I do think the warfighterness still needs to stick around. You just can't be stupid about it. So
you can always throttle somebody back. It's very hard to push them up.
Correct.
Although you don't want to go to the extreme where it's called NAFOD, no apparent fear of death, and they will wash you out for that.
They will. Yeah, they will. So it's a balance.
Lyle says it meant crap twice and bolter stab. I guess the crap is the S.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Lance says, for the 19th year in a row with no Tomcat demo, but here's another Fat Amy.
That's right.
Dude, I'm in.
Yeah.
Wallering from the left.
Razgriz says, always nice to tune in to Mover, Gonky, and Wombat Show. Thank you, Razgriz.
Wallowing from the left.
Waddling in.
Oh, dude. Yeah, ladies and gents, the magic is under the skin.
Please wait as the F-35 demo waddles out to the runway for its restricted climb.
Yeah.
Restricted only by gravity, and it's a massive weight.
It's girth.
If anybody was asking, she's got a great personality.
That's right.
All the tech is inside. We can't see it. But it's what's inside that counts.
Too easy.
There you go. That's also S twice and boltered.
That's funny.
Aaron says, Wombat, when is the third book arriving?
It's working on it. Third and fourth are in the works, and some other things.
And fourth.
And some other things that
When's
Mover knows about. But
Mover knows about it?
I talked to you about the phone call.
Oh, yeah. This may be the last time we see you.
Yeah, it might be the last time I'm on the show.
He'll be running his own.
That's right. Everyone outgrows this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we like to think you started here.
Yeah, it's good that you think that.
We're forever a stepping stone, dude.
I've finally figured out in my career how to step on the little people to get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who knows? I don't know if anything's going to come out of it, but we'll see.
I would say we will always remember you, but Gonky won't.
No, he won't.
His cat shot brain.
I have to text once a week just to make sure he remembers.
Who is this? Stop calling.
You're still on the hook to watch my kids if I ever die, right, Gonky?
Yeah,
Okay, I just want to make sure.
When did you get kids?
Yeah, that's right.
Who are these people? Justin says, I overg'd the jet just hitting a buffet of air out of El Sueto.
Yep, that'll happen.
That will. So that was the one thing I was going to say, and he has a good. I did notice as the T-45s aged, you remember like the pitch buck and all that, and the T-45. Oh, yeah. Well, it got more and more sensitive, probably because they were getting more and more bent. So I do think it's possible that there are more overGs now than there were back when you were.
Wait a minute. That's another question I have for you, Wombat. Did they lower the G limit on the T-45?
6.5, right?
It was 7.33 when we went through.
Well, maybe that's why it's 6.5 now.
Wait, was I operating under the wrong? I'm pretty sure it's 7.33, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, 6.5.
I couldn't remember if it was 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. for this show. I was going to quote NATOPS from 20 years ago, but that's fine.
That's why
that's how the cat shot brain works. Only small parts of his brain are accessible at any given time. Gundam Blade says, you forgot to say Tomcats. Tomcats. Durali Max says, Cheesehead sure know how to nail a flyover Thursday night football 9/11. I know a week late Amy is fat because cheese is spicy cheese. Gonky, did you post that video yet?
No.
Why not?
Because it has not come out yet.
Oh. Yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Makes sense. Thomas says, Mover, thoughts on the New Hampshire race live here in Rhode Island. NASCAR?
Hey, I'm going to Rhode Island tomorrow.
Is that NASCAR? Are we talking about we're talking about politics or NASCAR?
It's probably not politics. If he's on the Rod podcast, if he's going to ask about politics in New Hampshire,
go team. I don't know.
America.
Yay.
Either one it answers.
I don't know. I have no thoughts actually, because apparently I don't know what we're talking about. I also have the spicy cheese brain. Shifting
Awesome.
realities. What's up with all of the 35 Block 4 delays?
What aircraft is that?
We choose
F-35.
life.
35 block.
We love our lives and are not in any kind of way anti-life.
No, I like life.
themselves.
Life's been good.
Yeah. Lebre says Fat Amy is the "what a hitter" line from A League of Their Own. Okay, hey, listen, we probably should do at least a topic or two before we continue. This is right up your alley. Gonky, take it away.
Doug, do you have the is this the short
I
form?
know
or
I'm
long
opening
form?
myself up for. That's what I'm asking. You want the short one or the long one?
Ah, sure.
Long one, long one, long one.
Always start with the long one.
Give
Doug.
us
Hold
the
tight.
long one.
You can always
Here we
back
go.
up.
One. The long one's less likely to get copywritten, stricken.
So
which
this
I'm
is
dealing
the-
with right now.
This is the Chinese aircraft carrier.
Is this
the
CGI?
first- Well,
Or is this
dude,
real?
this is the first bit of flight ops that we've seen
Okay.
from.
It's the E2.
yeah.
It is.
So it's the
Look at Gonky.
Look at that wing spread. Ooh. So messed up.
Yellow light mover.
I can't be held responsible for my inside thoughts.
Oh, well, cool. This one is now demonetized. Thanks, Boomer.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wombat.
This is
Gonky.
the Chinese super carrier.
That nose makes
yeah.
the E2 look even uglier. Have you noticed that?
Well,
Look at that. Oh
What
my
is that?
goodness.
It needs to be orange.
Oh my gosh. How did they make the front of that plane look worse?
It's had a nose job
it does.
A botch nose job.
from the school of.
It's
Are
pretty
they
amazing.
6-blade?
I don't know,
Yeah.
man, but like literally,
That's
they
not
copied
8-blade.
everything. I mean, right? The
They
wings
did.
fold that way.
Well, dude, how else are the wings gonna fold, Gonky?
I don't know.
Like, I mean,
Like a praying mantis.
Like the main gear has the wheels and like everything about.
well, yeah, when we give them our secrets, it's not hard to copy. Like,
What'd you say? What
Well,
was
I mean, it
special
was
about the
on.
tail?
PBS special. They could have just watched that.
that's true.
Hey, what'd you say was special about the tail of the E2? Wombat, there's only 3 rudders.
Yeah. 4 tails, 3 rudders.
Oh boy.
God, look at that beautiful thing, though. I still love her. Still
That
love
one.
her.
That's not really the E2. What
Yeah, I
rank
know.
is that? Is she a 3-star admiral?
She's 3-star.
Look at that.
Who
dude.
says go?
That has 4 tails, 3 rudders. I think that one's fixed.
Yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
is. Man. Yeah, I mean, it's an 8-minute long video. I watched the whole thing, and
I could watch this all night.
it's pretty crazy.
Is it
how-
just an E2? Wait, go to the cockpit footage.
Yeah, that's inside the J35. So it's 3 minutes and 25 seconds, Doug.
Yeah, started at 20. Just give us a little buffer.
Right here. Look at this,
Oh,
man.
So
Look
it
at
doesn't
that.
have the fancy helmet.
No. I mean, it's kind of a fancy helmet.
He needs to put his hook down.
Dude, they're just doing touch and goes.
Yeah. That's because it's
I mean, yeah. Look at that 2-wire.
he was low. He was low.
Does it have magic carpet
I bet it
Probably
does.
something better.
or whatever
bet-
the Chinese equivalent of magic carpet is?
I bet it does, man.
Careful.
I mean, like the top
Dude, it's
gun
Maverick.
It is. They have to have this scene, except they're going the wrong way. You're supposed to ride the elevator up.
They should get one of those remote control ones like everybody has in the civilian world now. You know, you just
Yeah,
drive
that way,
around.
I
that
mean,
way when our
Wombat.
aircraft carriers tow them off the side during combat ops, you
Just
don't lose a
blame-
person.
Blame
No, but-
Roomba.
But I mean, Wombat,
Somebody's
seriously,
car
they've-
alarm's going off.
they've copied. I mean,
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
this could
Yeah.
be
could be the
other
name.
than other than
Other
the
than-
island.
I think they improved on Fat Amy.
Oh yeah, Fat Amy looks, dude.
Yeah, she went on a diet.
Well, yeah, she
Got
got
a
another
HUD.
motor. Yeah, like she's the Chinese. That's
Blue
this thing-
helmet.
Yeah, it's that's not a totally ugly jet.
The
No,
wings don't
it's-
fold though.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
There's no hinges.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they don't. I don't know. GBD. I mean, even I mean, just watching the ground crew work, right? I mean, this could be.
Well, I'm sure they studied everything.
Is that how they hook it up in the
Yeah.
real
Hold
thing
back
too?
and then taxi forward.
Dude, yellow shirt, right? Green.
Yep.
I mean, all
Yep.
the shirts.
Yeah.
It's look. He's got. Did you see the wakeboard?
Yep.
Did you see the? Look at. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
this.
no, it's identical, man.
This could all be, you know, on a U.S.
Trimmed up.
carrier.
Like it's trimmed up, so the tail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you
it's-
didn't do a clearing turn, but
Yeah.
Or a
it's not
barrel
giving
roll.
away everything.
Or barrel.
Or
No barrel roll, as the documentary Top Gun showed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to do that. A section barrel roll after your combat mission is.
This is the
Off the
Temu
cat.
version of Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just watching their ops here. It just reminds me of being on a U.S. carrier, which.
I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know what that is. That's
It's the Tomahawk chop from.
yeah. I'm not. Maybe he's just fired up. Bubble launches.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa, he just puts.
He just salute. They got two handholds down here.
Yeah, both hands. He's not.
Yeehaw. Man.
Is that because the jet just does it on its own? That's why
Yeah,
no
the
hands.
Hornet's the same way. You
Hornet's the
don't
same
hold
way.
the stick. You put your hand up on the
Both
power
hands?
One.
No,
one.
well, left hand on the throttle will hold it. Is what I would do.
Yeah.
Probably got auto throttle. Didn't need it.
The Hornet had a little thing that would slide out. You could hold it, but
Yeah.
I never used it.
Catapult grip.
Yeah, but they here's the J-15, the Chinese flanker.
Tower is very interesting.
Yeah, look at that,
Kind of-
man.
Kind of flares it.
I mean, the boat's not really moving. I don't know. I thought maybe. I don't know if that looked real or not, but that definitely looks real to me.
That does, yeah.
All right. So, all
Yeah.
jokes aside, the Chinese can now project air power in the
Great.
South Pacific and perhaps farther.
Right,
With at
because
least, 3 aircraft on the flight deck at once. So
See, those wings fold, but
Yeah.
they're.
those wings fold. Yeah, and then at
Temu
the
Fat
end,
Amy cannot,
Doug, if you go to the end, it shows everybody flying in formation. There we go.
which is
Kinda
probably
cool.
better than what we can do because we can't do a single flyby. to
well,
save
it's
our
because they
lives.
kill you if you're out of position there.
The
It's a
Chinese
different-
version of the Gettysburg is not firing on any of these.
The Gettysburg will take out 6 aircraft at once.
Yeah. I mean, this is really. I mean, it's cool. I mean, look at the mask.
It's cool and scary all at the same time.
Yeah, that mask looks just like ones I've seen before.
That are
And here
on
they're
shelf
running
your
aground in
house.
the mud. It looks like.
Yeah, I
so.
don't know what's happening here.
That is.
Yeah, I don't know, Wombat. I mean, we've been kind of doing the running commentary, but what do you think, man?
I mean, I think it
Oh, look,
shows.
he's
that-
doing donuts.
yeah, I mean, it shows that they've learned from somebody, and they're a formidable threat for sure. Yeah, it's like I joke that there's only 3 aircraft. It's real. It's not. It's not real easy. It's easier when you're doing deck cert or something like that, and there's very few aircraft. You put a full air wing style,
Like
as well as
opposite,
I do.
yeah.
That's a whole different animal. But you got to start somewhere. So, yeah. I mean,
Mover, what-
hopefully it gets our attention a little bit. And
I have
What's your
questions.
take? Yes, sir.
How does this compare? So, let's say they have one, maybe, right?
sure.
So, how does this compare to like Russian carrier ops?
Oh, dude, this is way more like us.
Yeah, it's
Because the
So,
Russians had.
is this like the first shot across the bow kind of thing, or
probably.
like
Yeah. Well, the design of the ships are way different, like compared to the Russian stuff. The Russians didn't have catapults; they had ski jumps, smaller boats, less capable. Which is, the Chinese had those at first. This is their first. I'm gonna say modern, large flat top, like
Correct,
like we would have, and I mean, we've been doing it for decades. I mean, it's kind of about time somebody else can do it too. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised in the year 2025 another country can do it. But I'm sorry. Go. What you got? Continue, Mover. I'm sorry. I went
Well,
off on-
I'm just curious because when we talk near peer, we've always talked, China, Russia. Now it's just China, and you can end up in a situation where they're going to project power because they've got interests in other places across the world.
Sure.
That sometimes have been landlocked. That now, I mean, they're going to protect their interests with a carrier battle group, carrier strike group.
Yep.
I think that's from a strategic perspective, it changes a lot of things, and it's something we're going to have to probably change our own tactics. You know, but is it, what kind of cat is it? Right? Didn't
Electromagnetic.
Yeah,
So
I think they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we fielded that successfully?
We've got
Yes.
the new ships. The new ships have the magnetic catapult.
So, and it's a nuclear powered aircraft carrier.
I don't know if it's nuke or not.
I don't know if it's nuke or not. We covered this thing. We 6 months ago, and I forget how it's powered.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, we've talked about Chinese flight training a little bit, and we've talked about ours. So are they going to go magic carpet only, kind of like we are, or are they going to do FCLPs at the field? You know, because somebody's going to be right, especially if it kicks off into, you know, a Taiwan Strait scenario, which we don't want to happen, but that's obviously first thing that comes to mind, right? When you think of
100%.
what's the biggest threat is Taiwan. So I don't know. I mean, this changes the game, and they're obviously wanting to expand their reach in the South Pacific and the islands, Spratly Islands, you know, islands out there that they've already kind of been brustling about already. So we'll see.
So Wiki says it's conventionally powered.
What does that mean?
Steam turbine.
Not nuke.
Not nuke.
So what do you like? Jet fuel? What powers it?
Diesel generators.
Steam
turbines and diesel generators.
Yeah. So they have to be resupplied,
refueled more often.
Refueled more often. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But I mean, dude, the John F. Kennedy was basically a super carrier that was not nuke, and that carrier was just really, for all intents and purposes, just as capable of projecting power, you know, as a nuke.
Yeah, there was just more logistics involved to it.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, you know, one advantage we have is we were coming from a Navy that had, you know, a handful of conventional aircraft carriers. So the logistics was ironed out, how to supply them and how to keep them going. You have one conventional aircraft carrier, like there's a lot they still have to learn, I think, logistically.
Yeah.
That's not to say that this isn't a big step forward, though, and it should be taken seriously.
Oh, this is definitely not DCS like the other video we looked at was.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. The other one was just like some shadows and maybe some DCS. This is, I mean, they're really out there. They're really out there doing this.
Yeah, you put an E2 on something and it gets real quick.
We'd appreciate more footage, especially in cockpit stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Just
maybe
to see.
BFM. We'll see if they only focus on landing like our Navy. They're actually good at tactics too. Thomas says the race.
Our Navy combines their tactics with landing now. That's the new Navy.
Yeah.
So
you never stop fighting.
Yeah, you BFM yourself all the way to landing.
Thomas says the race ding dong. Oh, NASCAR. I don't know, because I haven't watched.
Is this
NASCAR.
Playoffs? Are we in NASCAR playoffs now?
Playoffs.
Isn't that what this is?
Yeah, probably. I don't keep up with NASCAR anymore. I'm sorry. Ever since I lost the edge,
you lost your ride.
I lost my ride. Hawkeye says long one. That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Not to me, but yeah.
Tom says, "Mover, stop saying the inside parts out loud."
Disagree. Double down.
Tom also says that's Ozempic, Amy.
Tom's on a roll.
Carl says, when will we see their shooters doing a Gangnam Style video?
Oh man,
you think they're into K-pop?
Dude, I don't know.
Kenneth says, hypothetically, was it possible to make multiple deployments on the boat flying F-18 if you are both number one in fleet for one wire traps, but also number one getting aboard? Assume no interpersonal or leadership BS. KJ.
So
you did
very
more than one
specific
deployment,
question,
right?
Yeah, so I've made a living on the one wire. So, you know, all the LSO boat flying, you know, all the people that really care about boat flying will talk about, you know, stay off the one, your grades matter. But in reality,
Easy.
I had a couple of CAG paddle. Yeah. All you current naval aviators, earmuffs. But
Yeah.
when we were doing OEF and OIF, doing 6, 7, 8 hour missions, in limited sea space. I had CAG paddles tell me, dude, I will take a one wire any day over a bolter, because now the ship runs out of sea space, has to turn around, and it's just another. You've been in the airplane for like, up to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Time to get out, right? So now the trick. Now Wombat will say this is impossible, but the trick is to do a safe one wire, right? So
that's what I was about to say. I'm like, there's a difference between a one wire and a safe one wire.
Correct. If you crash like just past the round down and scare yourself, that's not good. But the in-flight engagement into the one, I would take that any day over a bolter. But that's just me, and I don't boat fly anymore, so you guys can send me all the hate mail.
They don't know. They're flying magic carpet.
Yeah, it's different now. It's different now, I'm sure, except for the Hawkeye guys. But going back, I do agree. Having waved thousands of passes, and there's times where it's like, dude, just put the damn thing down. I mean, there was times I was flying where they were like, just put it down, because we need to get you aboard. Period. Like, there's bigger things at play here. So that being said, I think the healthy attention to the landing is what keeps it safe overall. Your ability to fly a controlled one is because of how much time you put into flying the pattern and doing it.
I never, ever got talked to about my ball flying when I was in the fleet. The only time I ever had every single person on the boat talk to me about my ball flying is when I broke the mains and boltered like 3 times doing it. So the one wire, a nice, we'll call it burner into the one wire. Is what I did. And I didn't try to hit the one. I legitimately was trying to, get the OK 3, but in close, I wanted to be done, dude. So.
And KJ would like to know, with the advent of magic carpet, is it possible that Gonky will hold the all-time record for one wire rate on new carriers forever?
I'm sure someone else holds that.
His name is at LSO school on a wall somewhere.
The Ace of Aces.
Ace of Aces.
Let's see. Shifting reality says, how does the Fuge deck layout compare to the Ford?
It's pretty close.
I mean,
it's pretty close. I mean,
it looks familiar.
I think our tower's a little bit further aft on the Ford, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think. But it looks, I mean, they're doing an angled deck, so that's smart, right? I mean, we learned our lessons in the Navy with that. So
Ron says go Packers. All right. Another topic we're going to talk about today. All the drones versus all the fighters. So we've got footage of an F-16 gunning a drone,
HUD footage, right?
Shooting a drone with an AIM-9 mic, and then a Gripen. So Douglas, which do you have first for us today? Make it huge.
It looks like gun kill is first.
Okay.
Make it.
You gotta turn the volume up because that's the important part.
Oh, nice.
I hear none of it. Are you sharing?
That's just because you muted me earlier. Now I remember.
Don't know what that said.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Every Hollywood producer, take note of what the gun actually sounds like.
A Shaheed drone. All right. So there's that one.
That's good.
Which a gun kill on a drone has got to be. And, we talked about that mishap previously that killed the F-16 guy. And you can see how it would happen, right? I mean, you're getting up close. It's you can get caught in the explosion of the drone itself because it's obviously got some kind of warhead on it.
Yeah.
And frag yourself. But this one's interesting because it's the AIM-9. Watch it come off.
That's
looks exactly like the missile shoot you and I did, Gonky.
Yep. Oh, nice.
And there you go. Safe escape.
Yeah.
Dude, they're just out there with a 2x2 AIM-9 loadout.
Belt fed.
They're heaters only.
Beautiful.
That's not a bad way to live.
No.
If you're going drone hunting.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, AMRAAMs are expensive.
That's true.
Is that a Python? What was that on the left wing?
I think is that an AIM-9 hidden though by like a Lao? That wouldn't be a Python, would it? I don't know.
Archer. I mean,
It's kind of weird. It wouldn't be an art. Well, this is an F-16 we're in here, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the angle. It doesn't look like an AIM-9 to me.
It doesn't.
Oh wait, is this a flanker that we're in? Because that's not that wingtip Lao looks a little.
Yeah, that thing sticking out is not F-16, whatever
Right.
that is.
I don't know. Yeah.
Archer.
Need to work on my yeah, maybe. I need to work on my aircraft recce.
Your Viz recce of missiles on foreign aircraft.
Yeah.
Anyway, good looking airplane. The Viper is always the best.
This is
and
cool
then
too.
this is a Gripen.
Dang.
Dude, that's crazy.
Dude, that's wild.
Look how fast the thing. It's like a little bottle rocket.
Yeah.
Is that an AIM-9 as well?
No, it's
I like watching the guidance.
Yeah.
So what you see, I mean, obviously drones hard to track, hard to see, hard to pick up visually. It's impressive to me every time we see one of these things with, drone shoot downs and stuff, especially with the gun that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Just having it guide and track and gun. I mean, you have to be precise with the pipper control and the pipper placement. You may not even had a lock. I mean, you don't know. I mean, that's the old APG-68. So whether the radar could track it or not, especially when you start getting close in like that.
He's close.
Oh yeah.
That was close.
Yeah. So I don't know. Wombat, what do you think, man?
I think it's cool to see how it all looks. I've never shot. I mean, I've shot missiles and done drops, obviously, and missile shoots and stuff like that. But to see it hit like that is, I mean, it's nice to see it work, but yeah, I can't imagine going up against a drone. I mean, I could barely see some of the real aircraft we were fighting. So,
oh yeah, AIM-9s are pretty reliable though. Gonky, what do you think?
Like you said, man, it kind of reminds me of the missile shoots that I've done. I mean, the drones are flying straight and level.
Right. They're not maneuvering. They're not flaring. I mean, it's
right.
Just...
No, and that's what I'm saying. It looks like almost like a day out on the range shooting a drone. Right. Except the gun one. That's we obviously didn't shoot any drones with
even worse, APG-66 V2.
Oof.
So
well, at least it was the V2.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that they're out there doing good work and they're getting the footage of it and we're getting a chance to see it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. I like it a lot, especially the Gripen. You don't see a lot of that. I mean, F-16 stuff. I mean, that airplane is very popular, so we have a lot more footage of it in action. It's nice to see the Gripen doing some work too.
Well, you bring up a good point about flying straight and level. That is the hardest way to gun something.
Yes.
Like, because you don't have the plan form. You're just like, that is a tough gunshot. And I can see how you would end up flying through the frag.
Sure.
And putting yourself in trouble because it's a very tough. It's very tough. It's a very tough situation to overcome versus a maneuvering aircraft where you got plan form, big wingspan. You're just looking at a dot.
Yeah, you get bore sighted on it, target fixation, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's see here. Smoked 01 with Cole Trickle's car. I stole an F-18 remix needed by Gonky and Mover.
There's no way we're outdoing JT's video.
Well, it's not his video.
Well, the video that
he's being a misogynist, Gonky.
That's the problem and why you can't outdo it.
Tom says we need to ask the hard questions here. Why is Wombat posting IG stories during the live podcast? Really?
Listen, Tom, first of all, when you reach 2-time best-selling author status, airline captain, just genuine good guy, you have people to do that. Like, that's not me. Or it happens to be that I posted a story from one of the guys I flew with who's a fantastic photographer, and I wanted people to go see his page because he's a great aviation photographer and it takes one click. So thanks for letting me plug his page. Go check him out. He's awesome. He's an awesome guy to fly with. He's hilarious and he's a great photographer. And he better be listening and go get me a picture of an E2 for the cover of book 3 before I have to put him on my no-fly list.
Wow.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
A lot of stuff happening on that one.
Just kidding.
Perfect.
We don't have a no-fly list. But
Dude, here's some irony. As we're talking about Instagram stories, so I looked at my phone because why wouldn't you? And as we're about to talk about a segue, a friend of the channel posts a screenshot of our video we did about Army Reserve aviation.
Uh-oh.
And he said he's been in for a long time and he couldn't believe how fast this happened. We spent 6 or 7 years expecting fixed wing to go. Most of the instead, we're the only ones staying. Most of the units have already done their last flights in the Army Reserve. But now we are talking about all of Army aviation.
Yeah.
They're slashing 6,500 jobs in aviation as it moves towards drones. They will hold talent panels to retain aviation officers and warrant officers as pilots or to reassign them to other roles in the Army. And this was published September 19th by Patty Nyberg. It basically says they're slashing thousands of all of them, flight crews, helicopters, everything in 2026 and 2027 as their transformation initiative. Currently around 30,000 aviation branch soldiers, but talent panel scheduled for October will decide which officers will be retained. It's rapidly changing the character of war to leverage technological advancements. So they're basically switching the way they do business. It's separate from the 4,600 reserve soldiers, which we just talked about. And the talent panels will look first at first and second lieutenants, captains, junior warrant officers assigned to Apache and Black Hawk helicopters. Then they'll be based on the needs of the Army. How many times have you heard that? Needs of the military. Leaders will decide reclassification based on officer evaluations, input on potential, demonstrated tactical aptitude, and how far they are from pilot and command status. They'll use the officer rebranch program, voluntary transfer incentive program. That is just crazy.
So what you're saying is the Army listened to PERS 43 in the Navy and how to treat their people and said, hold my beer, is what we're doing here, right? Like, that's horrible. Like, because you can't.
Dude,
I don't
WOMBAT,
believe
imagine the talent show they're about to have.
Yeah, the talent panel. Like, these are combat proven aviators that, I mean, Army pilots come up a hard way, right? I mean, like, if you want to talk pilots, and if we're just gonna unilaterally SH talk pilots for a second, and I'll do it because I am one. Army pilots are some of the hardest individuals, the least prima donna type pilots. Like, they came up the hard way. And you're going to take this valuable skill set and be like, well, we're deciding tomorrow who stays and who goes because we're going to go to drones. Well, hold on a second. If it's true that you're really going to go that quickly to drones, you knew about that a long time ago, and you could have thought about your people and given them options and let them. But instead, it sounds like they didn't. They either one of two things. One, they did know this was coming and they kept it a secret because they didn't want people to get out, right? Which is a possibility, right? Like, that's the retention thing. Like, just don't tell anybody we're about to cut their jobs. Or they came up with this idea in typical leadership fashion. They throw it out there. We're going to cut everybody. And then we don't actually really have a plan. And then you'll follow this up with, well, we have to extend all these people in these billets because we got rid of everybody else. So now we don't have enough people to fly the helicopters because we don't actually have the technology and the drones of what we thought we were going to do. So it's going to go one of two ways.
So more info. Our first solid info on the whole thing was about the time you aired the video on August 4th. 2 months for all my helicopter bros to find new jobs. This is on the Army Reserve side. But you can see it's not just the Army Reserve now. Active duty is making some structural changes and stuff. And the real question I have, Gonky, is it a fad? Or is this the changing of warfare, right? I mean, we always seem to be fighting the last war, and helicopters, and Vietnam led to we will ride into battle. That's really the helicopter became as big as
Sure.
as it is in Army aviation. And then we kind of took that Desert Storm, and then obviously it was huge for OIF, OEF, because you had to get troops at places and all that stuff. But now we're watching what happened in Ukraine and Israel and other hotspots, and they're going, hey, drones are something we need to focus on, and we're very far behind. So is this a knee-jerk, we're fighting the last war or the current war, or you think this is forward thinking?
Well, I know it won't be popular because I'm a pilot, but I think it is. I mean, it sucks for all those guys and gals, but and I don't agree with how the Army is doing it, but I think it is forward thinking. And I'll tell you why. This is just me. Tell me if I'm wrong, please, in the
I'll
comments.
tell you you're wrong in a second, but continue.
So for me, dude, it's always been like, oh, the technology. I mean, I rode in a Tesla for the first time. Like,
Get him off the show right now.
My buddy
Cut the feed.
bought
Cut
one.
the feed.
I am an internal, like, if it doesn't burn dead dinosaurs and breathe air, it's a zombie to me, right? But anyways, my point is, and I never, I always heard about the full autopilot stuff. So I hop in my buddy's car, and he's like, let's go to whatever sandwich shop. And he just puts the thing in. Boop, we go. We're in Pensacola. And I literally sat there and watched him not touch one thing. And that car pulled out in the traffic, lane changes. I mean, the whole 9 yards. And I'm just, I just had this moment where, holy shit, like, and it uses vision to do it, right? It sees, like cars in front of us would hit the brakes. Well, I could see the brake lights come on the image, right? On the pan, whatever they call the screen. And you see stuff like that, and then you kind of see articles like this, the direction the Army wants to go. And I mean, I could see this, like it is possible, like people hate on Elon, right? But the technology will be there, and in certain missions and in certain parts of aviation, I think probably sooner than we want and expect, we're going to see a unmanned option, and it's going to be very, very good. Just based on the car thing, because in my mind, I'm like, wow, dude, what about decision making? Like when to pull out, how fast to, dude, it did it, and it did it better than than I could. So I don't want to see it because I don't think war. I think if you take the human aspect out of war, things get real spicy.
Cheese.
But like cheese. But that's me. That's just what I think.
Wombat, your counter.
Cool story, bro. Going to get a sandwich in Pensacola is a little different than fighting a war, first of all. Okay. So let's keep this in perspective. And I'm gonna have you close your eyes. Work with me here, Gonky, because I want people to see this real time. So I'm gonna paint a picture for you.
She's also closing her eyes in case you're wondering.
You're a younger Gonky. You're not married. You don't have kids. You're still a war fighter. You're going to load into your Super Hornet. You're going to go fly a mission behind enemy lines, and you get shot down. Or, since you're a Navy carrier pilot, you get shot down on the way back to the ship. Either one is a viable option in today's Navy. Is that drone going to come pluck you out, or is it going to be some Apaches and some 60 Black Ops and some hard-ass Army pilots? I'm going to put my money on the Army pilots.
It's going to be the Pedros. It's going to be the...
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I understand.
Listen, I understand we're going to a point of more drone warfare. I don't think that's wrong, but don't cut the legs out of these servicemen and women that have come up the hard way. No. You know what? I rely on them and their brothers and sisters of like platforms in different services, the Air Force and the Navy, because guess what? If one can cut them, others are going to cut them. And
dude, listen, I agree with you.
Star helos and things like that. I mean, dude, you can't replace that with a drone. And if one of the things that keeps pilots strapping in. And one day we won't need pilots strapping in, right? We learned that from Thomas Cruise. We're all going to be obsolete, but
Maybe so, sir.
that's not today. Okay. And if you still want men and women to strap into an aircraft and go behind enemy lines and fight for their country, they need to know that you're going to come get them. And show me a video. I'll wait. Show me a video of a drone that we currently have today, because they're cutting these pilots very soon, right? This is not something that can happen. Show me a drone that we have today that can go in and pluck you out from behind enemy lines safely with arm support and with everything you need, not to mention the crew chiefs in the back that are going to patch you up from how you're flailing.
Hold on.
Like,
This is an Air Force mission. It's not the Army. Air Force is coming to get you.
They all do this. The Navy
They're
has
not getting
SAR
rid of the Air Force CSAR helicopters.
I
I'm
don't
saying
disagree
that
with what you're saying.
This is a slippery slope of where we're going on this.
I
That's
don't
what this
disagree
is.
with. I totally agree with you. I don't like it. I think the way it's being handled is wrong. I'm just saying the technology is there, and I can see the knee-jerk reaction. And I don't know how many aviation jobs there are active duty Army, but 6,500 is probably a lot of them, but probably not all of them. But I don't like it, man. I'm on Team WOMBAT on this, but I can see that the technology is rapidly coming for drones.
Okay,
to do more things.
so I'll play devil's advocate and agree with you. I don't agree with the Tesla, by the way, but I'll agree and say, fine, the technology is coming. Then let's look at this from a pure leadership standpoint, right? What are you telling your young men and women in the Army if this is how you're going to treat the ones that have worked so hard to get to where they are? You're telling them, I don't care about you. I don't care about your future. If it doesn't fit into our agenda, we'll cut it within 60 days. So guess what? You're going to have a whole generation of people coming in the Army that have that in the back of their head subconsciously, and they're going to work as such. And then you're going to have leaders, and let's make sure we get the air quotes in there when I talk about leaders. We're going to have leaders in there that are like, I don't know why we can't get anybody to join the Army. That's weird. You know what I mean? So this is not just this goes beyond technology and beyond warfighting. This goes to having able-bodied people that are actually in your ranks, right? Because how many people join the Army wanting to be a pilot but never made it? But they still had great careers, right?
Yeah.
And they still filled very important missions. You see what I'm saying? So if you pull this, like you're losing a lot more than just the pilots.
I know, man. I know it's like Mover mentioned, the landscape of war is changing for sure. Mark my words. We're going to see a video where an F-16 rolls up on a drone to shoot it down, and the drone does like a 25G bat turn around behind him and shoots down the F-16. I mean, it's
Fox 2.
Like, the future's coming. Like I don't want it, but that's just my opinion. Hopefully I'm wrong, dude. Hopefully I'm wrong. Just like I mean, I've been wrong about many things, but I agree with you, dude. I don't agree. Like it's crappy how it's being handled, and I really feel for those professionals, men and women, who are getting cut. It stinks. I mean,
I fly in my current job with a lot of former Army helicopter that went fixed wing that came to the airlines. I know there's paths out there. I would say anybody that's watching this, that's in those shoes, there's people that know. I mean, if you're one of these people that are going to get cut, like you might not have even had airlines on your bingo card for 2025, but look into it, because, if you're going to work, if you're going to be in a company that doesn't care about you, at least be in a company that doesn't care about you, but pays well, right? I mean, if that's what we're comparing here. So, and it's a shame that they're doing this, because again, I go back to the fact that either they knew this was coming and they kept it under wraps because they didn't want people to get out early, which would not surprise me, right? Or they're sitting here going, oh yeah, we're ready, let's do it, when they're not ready, and they're going to cut a bunch of people that they're going to need, and they're going to put themselves short-staffed, which is going to affect the people that win the talent pool and get to stay in, right? The winners are going to end up being the losers, because they're going to end up getting stuck in jobs they have to do forever, leave their families forever, because now that billet is understaffed. So I could be wrong, but I hate to say it. I'm not going to be. This is crap. Like, this is just a way to. This is horrible. This is another example of the military just treating their people like absolute garbage, and I feel bad for people that are being treated like this.
The Army is not a jobs program. It is combat lethality. So the issue I have with it, beyond what Gonky talked about, what Wombat talked about, is same thing when we lost the A-10, or we're losing the A-10, is you need your specialists and you need your corporate knowledge. And when you start drawing down stuff, if you don't do it smartly, people run for the exits and you lose that. And the Army is already having enough trouble, just like the Air Force and Navy, training, because they can't select a trainer, or they just got the trainer. It's the same. We hear this every week when we talk about these things. I agree with adding capability, but I hope that whoever's, making that final determination is looking at the long-term, the second order effects of what happens. And it's not, we're only talking 6,500. It's not the whole thing. You're still going to have helicopters. You're still going to have Apaches. They're still going to have Blackhawks and stuff like that. And it sucks for the people that are going to go to the talent boards and they're like, "Where your talents are no longer needed." We've heard that story. Gonky and I, our talents were no longer needed. I hope they do right by the people that are getting shuffled around. And at the end of the day, whatever it is, I hope it's all about lethality and the next fight, and not about, who are we trying to appease with a star on their shoulder.
Well said. Well said.
That's all I have to say about that matter. We have to get more topics, or else Gonky's going to be mad at me. Max says cost analysis is 50K against 1 million. Yeah. We were about to talk about that Holly movie star. In fact, you know what? Let's do it now.
Talk about what? What was it?
The Lucky Martin Vectus. Doug, make it big and play it. I thought this was Gangster's Paradise when it first started.
I would have been
really
hoping.
Yeah. Oh, notice it's not Fat Amy. I thought they were facing backwards. It just looks so weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
2025. So basically, it's what we've always talked about. You got your quarterback in the back, and he goes, "You die, you die, you die." And then the little drones go, "Sir, yes, sir." Wait, back it up to the HUD. He's in CCIP.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they don't know how to drop bombs.
Well, while the drones are taking care of the air-to-air picture, he's dropping a bomb. It's perfect.
Yeah, JDAM and CCIP.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Well, Mover, he's got to get his training done too.
He is a Raptor.
That's not CCIP. That's his flight path marker and a descent. And then,
so he doesn't want to frag himself.
Was that 163 knots?
Yeah, he's cranking it right now.
At 548 feet.
Is that 10 G's?
Minus.
He's also flying an ILS, isn't he? He flying an ILS there?
Yeah. So basically, he's on his way back home, get beer.
He is.
And
he's on approach, is what he's doing.
The drones are doing their thing. Back it up. 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 Confirm intercept. You really think it says, do you really want these people to die?
No.
Click yes for yes. Click no for maybe.
Well, we all saw that
left
movie, right? You have to make sure.
Dude, this looks almost like this EX video we did a couple weeks ago.
Remember with the Wizzo in the back watching Netflix?
Yeah, the Wizzo in the back with the magic hand,
yeah, the booger streaked screen.
Yeah, like you die, you die, you live, you die. Yeah, very similar.
I don't like that it says confirm intercept. I wouldn't have told you to do it if I wanted you to confirm it. Just do it.
We're always preparing. Just go.
Prepare.
I can't pull over anymore.
Better, Colonel Sanders. Chicken, intercept the thing.
Dude, it has to ask you to confirm, because you'd spin around to grab your sandwich and your elbow would hit it, and you command someone dead that you didn't mean to. It's like, sorry.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's on me.
Yeah.
That's
break
on
I'll
me.
take that back to the debrief.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Left, bro.
Sorry, man.
Sorry. It's cool though. I mean, I love all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Future is
being
now,
a fighter
old man.
pilot. Being a fighter pilot in the future looks really cool.
Looks a lot like being an E2 Wizzo, doesn't it? Or
Yeah. They were NFOs. We never called them Wizzos. There's no weapon
Wow.
system in that thing.
So, okay, go back to your Army thing. You got the Apache, and then you got your little fleet of, drones out front.
friends.
I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm a dinosaur. We're all just going to nuke each other, and thank God I've read the good book and know how it ends. So I'm not going to worry about it anymore. It's
treason flight or
no. I would never compare that to the book I was referring to.
It's book
Never.
3. It's coming.
Vengeance flight.
Dude, don't let the cat out of the bag. Come on, man.
Yeah, dude. I just look.
Yeah.
All this stuff is great, but at the end of the day,
Yeah, we do love.
it's got to
our ends of
work,
days.
right? I mean, it's still got to work.
I just want to know how they launch these things. Like, where do they come from?
Stop asking questions of logistics. That's not how any government contractor gets any bit.
Because they got to take up space somewhere.
Nope. They just magically
It's
appear
like-
in the sky.
Oh, that $1 trillion quote. That's just for the thing. That's just for the plane.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah,
you want the launch
You
device
wanted
too?
it to take off and land?
You want a recoverable
Oh.
landing gear?
Oh.
They're $3.2 billion a piece, and they're one-time use. Perfect.
Yeah, our government would be like, we'll take 20 of them. This
We're
sounds great.
bankrupt, but you know what? It looked cool for the promo.
That's cool.
Great.
Oh man.
They should
great.
put a fake canopy on there. It freaks me out having no eyes.
I don't like that. No, yeah, I agree.
Or paint
That's-
one or something. Just do
That's
like
part-
the
that's
Canadian
part of the-
Hornet.
Psychological warfare, man.
I know it's freaking me out. Change the
You
channel,
have
Doug.
Yeah. You have a soulless
Freaking
thing
out,
coming
man.
at
This is
you.
like a Wizzo in real life. What are we doing here? It's a
It's
Wizzo
a
just
future
flying.
Wizzo. It's a future Wizzo.
There you go. Leave it on that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Well, that's
man.
enough of that topic. Lockheed Martin, once again, we love our lives. We're not. in
Yeah,
any
we're
way,
not in any bit. Yep.
we
Life's good.
are.
Oh man.
Shifting Reality says, you think this was a response to a new China's doctrine? No, it's probably a response to, although they're doing a lot of drone stuff too.
Yep.
I don't give us any credit to have a response to any new doctrine at this point. I think we're in
We're
so
reaction
far
mode.
behind. Yeah, we've been
The
in reaction
knee-jerk.
mode.
Kenneth Johnson says, really good question from Tom. I like your 787 there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Tom
Holly,
asked like
movie
100
star.
questions, though. Sorry.
Skunk Works. Hey.
Sorry.
We don't discourage.
No, I
Skunk
know.
Works reveals Vectis stealth drone for F-22. Yes, it did.
Mhm.
That's what we just did. Marky Mark says, Gonky loved those air-cooled seats is all.
Wasn't bad. I don't know
man.
Tesla.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not an electric listener.
Dude,
Starkvarg, electric
dude,
dirt bikes,
stop.
live wire, all that stuff. It's not.
Stop.
Lyle says, in the 30 years of service, I can't tell you how many times I've seen major cuts, reorgs, and personnel and programs only to end up having to bring folks back all
Yeah.
over again.
Exactly.
Yep. Or train new ones that don't know as much.
Yeah. Sorry, please come back.
Tiger, with all this drone tech and reliance on advanced avionics, is development of an EMP weapon countermeasure viable in the modern era thing. That's why I had the Anduril thing
Yeah.
page up, because their whole mission is counter UAS, and eventually what happens? You neutralize the threat. We're back to where we are.
Yeah. Cool.
Warhorse says these days it could be coasties coming to get them, the way the Coast Guard's getting sent overseas.
Yeah. Yeah. Coast Guard does some crazy stuff. I have a lot of respect for them.
Joe says, hi guys, and welcome back. Wombat. My question on the drone army: how would they get a platoon of soldiers from point A to point B on a drone?
They won't.
One at a time.
Yeah, they won't.
Gotta
It's
hold on.
You know, I mean, since when do we actually have to have boots on the ground to
Yeah, dude,
actually
we throw
win a
them out
war?
the
You
back
don't-
of a C-130. There's a whole
It's
song about it.
fine. It's fine. Come on, Joe. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Come on.
Then we get another We Will Soldiers movie in 20 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
We will ride into battle.
Yeah, because we have
This will
to.
be our
because
horse.
It's a drone. Everybody hang on.
2 at a time, please. AMT says that others may live. Jolly Green. See?
Mm-hmm.
Oz Dead Meat says, what is the Air Force equivalent to Clippy? See, you're trying to intercept some jets. That's funny. I think Clippy is the Air Force equivalent to Clippy because we are the Microsoft Office force. All right. What are we talking about next? Notre Dame. Check out this fly. Oh, Doug's got something up. What was that?
Doug, you there?
What is this?
It's a human carrying drone.
Oh,
Just need a lot of those.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
It's the dreaded 70 engine approach.
No chance after I shelled out of a Fat Amy that I climbed myself into that to be whisked away to safety.
I'll walk.
I'll
Yeah.
walk. Yeah, exactly, dude.
You can
Dude,
fly
if
with
my
only 35
option-
engines.
Yeah, if my option was that or eat the last bullet that I had in my sidearm, I'd have to really think about it if I was behind. I'd be like, always said I'd save one.
All right. So check this out. Another
Oh,
flyover.
okay.
Notre
This is going
Dame.
to get me in trouble.
Wrong banner.
Oh, we're not talking about that yet. We're talking about this one.
You
This
ready?
is a cool flyover, yeah.
Here we go.
Is the internet buffering or is it this slow?
What's that?
No, that's how it matters.
They're really early. Wow.
Has the music started yet?
Dude, first of all,
That's awesome.
that's a really cool helicopter.
Yeah.
But
What? Oh, they're coming back for
Ow.
another one. That's a shackle.
how is
44
that
knots.
approved that low?
I don't think it was.
Okay.
I think they got some rotor wash.
Oh, dude, for sure, man.
Hey, was this
Now-
when
and
Notre
now
Dame
begins
lost
the-
at the Texas A&M University? Was that this game? I can't tell. Just breed hate and discontent. Dude, the 53 is awesome. I love
They
that
knocked
one.
down half the band when they flew over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took them a while to get going because they had to get back up.
If I was ever going to have to fly a helicopter, I'd want to fly a 53. That thing is just
I mean, dude, they for sure had to feel the rotor wash on that.
oh,
dude.
1000%.
I mean, the 53 is like
It's
like
a beast.
it's like almost 100 feet long, and isn't it like 95
It's-
feet long, something like that?
They have 3 engines. I mean,
Yeah.
I love what was my favorite 53 patch was like, piss me off and I'll lift your house. Like, I love that 53 patch. They were awesome. Like,
Well, so this is going to be drones next time.
cool. Can't wait. The general public
Well,
will
then
love it.
Who's
It'll
going to
just
get in
sound like
trouble?
this. Bzzz.
Who's gonna
Be
get in
on-
trouble?
on time.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect
I mean-
flyovers.
Listen, I think it looks cool, but as a old dude, I'm like, a little low.
Well, no, you're just a little low because of all the spinning parts on that thing that you're like, at any moment, one nut comes out
I
and
think
everybody.
Typically, you're supposed to clear the scoreboard by a little bit more than 20 feet.
I think that's a parallax, honestly.
You think it's because the thing's so massive that everything looks objects in
I
mirror
don't think
close?
they're that close to the scoreboard.
You think they're like at 10,000 feet and it just looks
No,
like what?
no. But I don't think they're. I think they're above the stadium.
I don't.
I
think
hope so,
they're
dude.
above this. I don't think they're. I think they're in the stadium. Like there's another angle of them in the stadium.
You know how? Don't come on. Let's not be part of the problem here. This is a great flyover.
It is a great flyover.
I think
Yeah.
it was just legal, and the pilots did a fantastic job. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
I go with
Yeah.
that.
I mean, they kept it under 300 knots, so
That's true.
Yeah, no
Very
speed
safe.
restrictions.
There was no
Very-
chance they were going supersonic except for their
Yes.
blades. So,
definitely below 10,000. They're definitely below 250 knots, and
They didn't over G.
no,
No.
overviews.
No over G.
Yeah,
oh,
Damn.
man, it was. I mean, I like for
I think
like
it's cool.
Wombat, like I said, 53 is an awesome helicopter. If you ever get to walk up to one on the ramp, it's in
Oh,
my
dude.
mind, it's even more awesomer because it's
It's like
massive.
an Airbus.
It's
Yeah.
It's
huge.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, look, here we
Oh.
go.
See, they're
Uh-oh.
above it. They're above it. They're above it.
They are above it. Yeah.
Dude, this is somebody that zoomed out on their iPhone and everything looks jacked up.
It's
So don't-
it's the flat Earth thing. It's this curved
Yeah.
lens.
yeah.
The curved
Bravo.
lens, the GoPro.
It's fine.
Bravo,
Great job,
gents.
guys.
Good job.
What is
an
this
awesome
gang
plan.
sign that the band's trying to even do? Is that supposed to be an
think-
airplane?
I think that's a cross
they-
for Notre Dame.
Land here.
Oh,
Yeah, not quite a gang sign, I don't believe, Mover, but
Cross for Notre Dame. Dude.
but okay.
It's a gang that's been around a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
Off the rails.
all right then.
I'm glad we're not all in person when the lightning strikes Mover. Like,
It was
jeez.
flashing at Gonky's house, not mine.
Not yet. Not
Okay,
yet.
well, that was a good talk. And let's see Luna. She's here.
Oh, she's out, dude.
Yeah, she's out.
She's
You lost her at gang sign.
she's like, I'm not getting struck by lightning with you.
No. It's like, I don't know who this guy is.
Hey, Wombat.
Oh boy. Come on. You didn't tell me we were going to talk about this.
That should read "Let Old Pilots Fly." Act. Not
So-
experienced.
Representative Troy Nels, Aviation Subcommittee Chairman, reintroduces the Let Experienced Pilots Fly Act. They want to raise the retirement age from 65 to 67 because people just won't go away. Addressing the pilot shortage is one of my top priorities in Congress, says the man who knows nothing about the pilot shortage. With air travel continuing to hit record highs, we must prioritize the safety and effectiveness of air travel by not doing anything related to air travel. That begins by putting old people in cockpits of commercial planes in the United States. The current mandated retirement age for commercial pilots is inherently arbitrary because anybody in Congress could be 87 years old and be doing this job. Why not an airline pilot? In 2007, mandatory retirement age went from 60 to 65, which pissed off the entire industry, unbeknownst to those of us that would like to have a full career, resulting in stagnation, drama, divorce, bankruptcy, and general storytelling in all cockpits. This was filed as an amendment to 2023 first time, and it didn't make it out, but now they're trying again because why won't they just stop? Wombat, your thoughts?
I hate you guys so much. Oh my gosh, I hate you so much for talking about this. Wasn't it bad enough yesterday that I was called junior scum by a senior pilot? Do I need to really go into this right now? Like,
Okay,
do
Gonky.
Somebody
Your
else
thoughts.
start first.
Dude, I mean, this is what the second time they've.
Oh,
More
no,
than
it's like
second.
the
Oh,
it's like
70th
the-
time.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
second
these
over-
guys
time
are
we-
getting to the end and they're like, I can't let go.
That's my thing. I just don't understand why. Like you just like 67, and then it'll be like, well, how about 70?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
it's
average
and remember,
number.
it's not
Okay.
67. It's 67 in 364 days. So it's really 68.
Well,
Yeah,
then-
it's on
then
your
it's really
68.
71. You know,
And
I
why not
mean,
making it even 69? Because that's a cool number.
yeah. If,
Why not go back to 60? Can we opt for that? Like,
You're,
Is
you're
that
always
an
free to go in
option?
your own time. That's what they were going to say. is
Then-
You're always, but the thing is, it's not experience and age aren't necessarily like you could have somebody that just started flying at 60. I just saw a thing on the internet about
Yep,
that.
yep.
So like it
Oh,
has
yeah.
nothing to do with that or safety or anything else. It is about people that want to hold on longer because times are good.
yep.
Now, will I be old one day? I don't, who knows, but
I hope so. I mean, I hope
maybe
so.
it's undetermined at this point. But my point is, see, I already forgot, and that's the problem. You can't have the age with the thing. No, I mean, look, you're free to fly after 65 anywhere.
Yeah,
you can
100%.
go be a flight instructor. You could go work for NetJets. You
Part
can go do
91.
Part
whatever.
91, right?
Yeah.
Anything.
Part 121 is a union thing. And there's the problem because you sign up and you're like, okay, the contract is I'm going to be here till age 65. Used to be 60, but a certain select few got 5 more years and they won the lottery on that. But
And now they want 2 more.
right. And but the 65, you knew that. And it is preventing those that are junior. Now, get rid of seniority numbers and allow everybody to go anywhere they want and make it based on merit. You got a different argument. But the
Yep.
airlines are based on seniority. And every time you do this, you're stagnating the people behind. And it's the pilot shortage is not a shortage of old people. It's a shortage of young people that can't figure out how to pay for the expensive cost of flight training and how to get good, solid training to make their way up into the airlines. And I don't think we even have a shortage anymore because it's kind of worked itself out.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, and it always, dude, they hire till they fire. Right.
Yeah.
So there really is never a healthy, just right plateau. It's like gangbusters until, oh my gosh, would this thing happened? Or
look at Spirit.
Right. I was going to say, unfortunately, for those men and women over at Spirit, it's not looking so good. And when that happens, what is that? 4,000, I don't know, thousands of pilots on the street. There goes your, a couple of years of hiring at everywhere else, because you have very qualified, talented people coming out of there. But as far as flying into 67, I mean, I get it. There's some 67-year-olds out there that are in better shape than me, and there are some that, aren't with us anymore. So, it's I'm not 67. I don't have the passion to fly airliners like maybe some people do. Is it age discrimination? I don't know. But Mover, I mean, you said it pretty well. It's, union, seniority based, and in that regard, yeah, you are kind of hosing the junior folk. But then again, if you're senior, you're like, well, dude, I was junior once, right? So
see, and that's that inherently what you just said is what I refer to, especially as somebody who didn't go to the Naval Academy, as academy syndrome. What we're seeing in aviation right now with this push is it's academy syndrome. And what I mean by that is I was crapped on as a freshman. So now I'm a sophomore, I'm going to crap on the freshman. Right. So that's what you do. And here's the issue that I think, now there's things, I want to be very careful what I say, because I do like my job. I don't want to lose my job. There's always exceptions to every rule. I've worked with people that are nearing age 65 that are sharp as a tack. I've flown with people in their 50s that I'm like, how did you get to the airport? So, I mean, it's not
at
a
your
blanket.
Airline. It's some other airline, of course. Yeah.
Other airlines. So but the point I get at is this is not, okay, so let's hypothetically say we pass it, right? So the US passes it. Great. That doesn't mean that the world passes it, right? So now what about when your 66-year-old who's been on a 787 living the good life is like, hey, boss, you can't fly into Europe because you're over 65. So you got to go back to the 7.3 and hoof it at 3 legs a day. What's going to happen then?
Well, right? Wombat, you make a point that I think requires emphasis. The people that are, we're conflating age with seniority, which I hate doing, but let's, for the sake of argument, say that age is seniority and that the 65-year-olds, because the whole premise is that they're saying that they need someone to train the younger generation and it's only them. Well, if you are that senior and you are 65 to 67, you are not flying with the 23-year-old fresh out of CFI school who needs experience. You're flying with Gonky, fighter pilot, Wombat, fighter pilot, me, fighter pilot, that we've been doing this for a while.
Yep.
And you're probably on a wide body, which means we've been doing it for 10 years or something like that. You're not, like, it's such a disingenuous argument to say I'm giving you my experience when you're already flying with experience, dude. Like, all you're doing is buying. Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with everybody.
That is my biggest issue.
I want 2 more years because I have 4 ex-wives and everybody hates me. Okay, well, guess what?
Yeah, this
we'll take that
my
deal.
whole life,
yeah,
and I can't lose it or I'm going to die.
I'll trade you age limits for Congress in exchange for this.
I would even go one further. How about this? If you're so dedicated, if you can look at me, so I will take this stand. Okay, I'll soapbox because I'll stand by this. I'll talk to any pilot in the airport and say this to their face. If you are so steadfast on this stance that you believe your experience is so high that you need to stick around for basically another 3 years to help the airline industry, then I have a deal for you. When you hit age 65, you automatically go back to the regionals and you fly with the junior most pilots on regional planes and give them all of your experience. Asterisk, I apologize to all the junior pilots at regional airlines that would have to fly with those guys. But my point being is if you truly had a passion for this, that's what you'd be advocating for. You'd be send me back. I want to go and teach the next generation, not sit on a 777 dozing for dollars at the highest pay scale and just sitting there making people's lives miserable because you're pitching your agenda. So yes, this does bother me because I don't have a problem with somebody flying over 65 whatsoever. I worked in the training department. We had contract instructors well into their 70s that were phenomenal. We had a guy closing in on 80 that was still a contract instructor and did aircraft acceptance flights. The dude was amazing. Like, I mean, and oh, by the way, had just sold his extra 300. Okay. Like, we had some guys that were unbelievable. Okay. They found a way to train the next generation. You see my point? If their pitch is, my experience is so vast, I have to pass this on. It's our legacy of aviation. They found a way. They taught in the sim. They did different things. This is a money grab. This has always been a money grab. That's all this is. Yep. And you know what? As somebody who flies as little as I can because I value my time with my family, just like Gonky has talked about, like, don't sit here and tell me it's anything other than a money grab. Because it is.
Yeah.
It's a money grab. And you know what? Just freaking own it.
Yeah.
I have so much more respect for you.
Yep.
If you stand up and go, do you realize at 64 and a half as a wide body captain, how much money I make? It is stupid. And I want more of it because every American would be like, yeah, I can get on board with that. That makes sense. I like money. And if somebody was going to give me more money for more years, I'd be like, okay.
Only if we can get age limits for Congress.
Don't cloud it around this. I want to teach the next generation because there's other ways to do that.
If you really
it's
good old fashioned. It's good old fashioned
it's
bullshit.
Is what it is. Yeah. So don't make it something it's not. And here's the thing, and I'll have hate mail for this, I promise. Because remember, I'm just junior scum, so I'm sure I'm going to hear about this. But the problem that I have with this is they actually believe what they're saying. They sit there and they actually believe that they think on the 777 or the 350 or the 78 flying the same damn route that they've flown a million times that they're teaching the next generation. And it's like, no, all you're doing is having a bunch of FOs that are rolling their eyes going, when does grandpa go on break so I don't have to listen to this garbage? Now, again, I say that there's always exceptions. There's always exceptions, right? There's some great dudes out there that are fantastic. And you know what? They're not the ones preaching for this stuff. They're not. They're the ones that are like, if they're passionate, I've met these guys. They're like, I'm not going to fly for the airlines after this. I'm going to go work at the local flight school. I'm like, I met a guy recently that said that. He's a 350 captain. He's like, I retire in less than 6 months and I'm going to go work at the local flight school and teach guys. I go, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I told him, don't even pay me. I don't need the money. I just want to teach. I was like, dude, that's amazing. So
you want to help the next generation go away?
Well, mover.
I mean, really, that's just
I get it.
Like that, the next generation needs that seniority number. I mean,
they do need the seniority. And again, though, like if you're a good instructor, if you're a good individual, Gonky, you and I saw this in the military, right? Like the sim guys, a lot of times were the really old, crusty guys that had been there. You know, the contract. Like, dude, I'm not saying they don't have experience that can't be passed on. Just don't BS everybody and tell us that that's the agenda. Here's the agenda for 95% of them. They've either made poor financial decisions or not poor financial decisions, but they know they like more money. They're narcissistic in the fact that they think that their whole identity revolves around being an airline pilot. And to prove it, you could look at how many clicks and likes they get on Instagram as social media followers, as the most cringeworthy 64-year-olds trying to do TikTok videos. And it's like, dude, just
in uniform.
It's like, dude,
uniform.
Just have some dignity. Like, do I want to get on an airliner and notice that the guy up front is recording a TikTok video at age 64? No, I don't. I want him to just be sitting up there going, you know what? I know that I can fly this flight because I've had everything happen to me. Like, come on, man. Like, just one of the greatest things, my aunt passed away a couple years ago. And I remember we would talk when I was younger, and I was like, so what are your goals when you retire? She's like, I want to retire with dignity. I remember she would say that. I want to retire with dignity. I I want every one of these guys to look at themselves and be like, are you retiring with dignity by this, or are you just looking for more money? And they're all going to come to me and be like, you wait, man, when you're 63, you're going to want it. And I'm going to say, I can't predict what's going to happen to me at 63, but I could tell you I'm making things now to where that's not going to be me, because it's not me now.
Well,
so it's certainly not going to be me in 20 years.
Wombat, I would say, and I think we should clarify, because there are people genuinely that got screwed by the industry. You know,
don't disagree.
I mean, there are people now that are turning this age 65 that were negatively affected by the bankruptcies,
100%.
the mergers, you know, the age 65 itself, you know, because they lost 5 years themselves and realize these are the good days. You know, these are the high paying glory days, but there were people making donkey wages as captains.
Sure.
You know, not too long ago, you know what I mean?
100%,
So
100%.
Some people are like, hey, I'm at retirement and, you know, I didn't have the opportunities, and I get that, but it's the system that we live in. The seniority system is based on people moving up and out so that people can come in and move up. So you have some kind of movement, because we are not based on merit. We are not based on, you know, performance or anything like that. I mean, obviously there's the minimum standard, but in order to hit that top of the scale, somebody has to move, or else it's pure stagnation. And 2 more years, I mean, it's just like, it just doesn't come off right. It comes off as, especially when you're hiding it as let experienced pilots fly. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not about letting experienced pilots fly. It's about making up lost time. You want to call it the Lost Time Act? I didn't budget correctly. That's fine. I can't retire.
Sure.
You know, okay. And if you're one of the people that are affected by airline mergers and stuff like that, I definitely have empathy in that case. But if you're just doing it because you think you're God's gift and you're going to teach the next generation, get out of here. You're not doing any of that stuff.
Well, I agree, Mover. And to talk towards that, I remember having this conversation years ago with a handful of guys that I flew with, right? And they brought up that same point. They go, Todd, you don't understand. When I got hired at the airline, I was told, spend every dollar you make. You're going to have this pension. It's going to be amazing. So you don't understand what it's like to lose a pension and to be in that financial stress. And I go, okay. I go, well, first of all, I have to question your thought process if you believed somebody that told you to spend every dollar you make, right? Like that. Let's just think about that for a second. It's like, wait a second. I go, now as a business major, and I can tell you that pensions are really bad for companies. That's why they go away. But hold on. That's not even the point of this conversation. The point of this conversation is, you said there's no way that I can possibly understand what it's like to lose a pension. Except when Gonky and I joined the Navy and I was a young ensign, Gonky, what was my plan?
Admiral.
I was a lifer, right?
It still happened.
I was going to,
painful, so painful.
It still happened.
Dude, I was, yes, sir. I was going to do my 20. They literally had to drag me out with treating me so poorly to get me to leave, because I still would have stayed in. Okay. Well, but wait a second. When I started my career, I was expecting a pension, kind of, almost, right? Now I don't have one, kind of, almost, right? So don't sit there and talk to me that I don't understand what it's like to lose a pension. What I retort to these guys is, you sound like somebody who doesn't adapt well, because here's a news flash. Life's going to kick you in the junk. And I feel bad for these guys that dealt with mergers and they dealt with bankruptcies. I feel bad. I do. That sucks, right? I also feel bad that they have 4 ex-wives. That sucks too. Also, there might be a data point there that it might not be the ex-wife's fault. I'm just saying, at some point there's a common denominator, but that's a different conversation. What I don't feel bad for is people that get so set in their ways and they refuse to adapt, and they just go, oh, woe is me. I was given the raw deal. There's no way for me to get out of it. And they just sit there and they sulk. Because you know what? For every one of these pilots that complains about getting a raw deal, I know a counterpart of theirs that made it work, doing something. They went out and they started a real estate business. They went out and they wrote books. They went out and they did something else on the side that generated a passive income that offsets what they lost at the airlines. So again, these are the differences here that helped the successful people and the unsuccessful people. And the unsuccessful people, unfortunately, are nearing the end of the finish line, and they're loud and they're pissed off and they're like, well, now what? I screwed up, so you have to help me. And it's like, no, we don't, man. No, we don't. And if you want to help the industry because you truly believe, you've convinced yourself that that is your reasoning behind this, and this has nothing to do with money, then go ahead and go teach. Every airline has contract instructors that are retired. You could still teach. I mean, we've literally heard of airlines that have instructors so old they've died in the sim. So you could literally work. It could be your identity until the day you leave this beautiful planet, if you want it to be. But here's the reason they don't want to do that either, Mover, because that's a pay cut. And damn it, I'm a 777 captain, and I deserve to be treated to this elite level. And all they're doing is they're doing the number one rule that I tell people not to do, and that's don't read your own press. And that's what they're doing, right? Any one of us can be replaced. We're not that important in this world. It's not even the reason why we're here. They need to start being honest with themselves about why they're doing this. Because again, if they really care about the next generation, there are ways to help the next generation. And their counterparts are figuring it out. The ones that are loud, that are doing this stuff, they're doing it because it's a money grab. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say much about it at all.
See, nobody knows. Like, of course, air traffic control, the military, some law enforcement agencies, civil service has mandatory retirement. Like, are you kidding me, dude? You don't know of any other place that has ages where you come on, man. That's like we're not even being honest with ourselves anymore. Now, fly till you die. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
go
fine.
ahead.
You know, get rid of seniority altogether. That's just not, let's just, you know what? It's who's the best. We're going to have fights.
Oh, dude. Not even fights. Let's do it based on merit. Dude, I'll take the regional guy that's been doing 3 or 4 flights a day over the guy who's been flying one leg a month. Like, are you kidding me? Like, dude. Yeah. So
anyway, all right. That was supposed to be a short topic, huh?
Yeah.
Jaster says Rip Sergey Sikorsky. Yeah. So is Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, I got an email from work. Is that weird?
Oh, well, it depends on which job. Kenneth Johnson says, do E2 guys make less money than the fighters? What is the largest income delta between guys flying off the same boat or in the same squadron? Doug, do not send any of this money to Wombo. Last question.
Wow. That's because he wants to fly till he dies. You can tell by his 7-8 picture there. No, it's all based on rank. It doesn't matter what you fly.
Yep.
Yeah. Gonky, we got probably one more in us, maybe.
Yeah.
You want to do
dealer's choice?
Happy birthday or the don't shoot at EMS, please?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Pick it, dude. Just pick one. What's up?
All right. Listen. So this idiot, man arrested after shooting at medical. That's not the right one, Douglas.
Uh-oh. Hold tight.
Yeah.
Maybe the happy birthday.
That is the right one, isn't it?
No, I put out a link that has the why he did it.
Oh, is that why
that
there
was
were
the one
2?
that was in the file.
That's my bad.
No, possible motive. It's in the chat. Remember I added you to the chat?
Yeah.
Remember that? That was why we added.
I thought maybe you had a case of cat shot brain and sent the same article twice. So
no, dude, it's the thing. Yeah. Anyway.
Looking
so a
for
guy
it
in
now. I'm looking for it now.
I just posted it. Anyway, a dude in Alabama was arrested. He was shooting shots at a medical helicopter. He fired several shots because he thought he was shooting at an alien with a drone.
Well, hold on. I mean, it could be, right?
Yeah, he believed it was a drone. In actuality, it was the Haynes Life Flight medevac helicopter. He said the incident happened around 4:20 a.m. in the area of County Road 51, where firefighters had set up a landing zone. Says the chopper arrived, several shots rang out. The aircraft's right side window was hit by gunfire, and the sheriff on board said the onboard flight nurse was subsequently struck by the bullet's ricochet.
Wow.
Deputies were en route to help the helicopter, immediately began gathering information where the shots were fired from, and they found the shooter. They found the gun. He's on a $30,000 cash only bond. Nurse was treated. and the call victim was taken. Obviously, the FBI and the FAA are now taking the lead on this, and it could have been very bad. But yeah, thought he was shooting at drones. This is why, dude, I just...
This is why we can't have nice things.
No, we talked about this. The New Jersey stuff, everybody thought the airliners were drones. And then this, it's like, is it like what?
Right.
Is it like your first day looking up?
Right. Dude, right.
You know, I mean, what?
Yeah, it's pretty
Look,
bad.
if it's your first time looking up, we look up with awe and wonder. We don't look up with like gunfire. Like they said that in the documentary Independence Day. It actually said, don't shoot at the aliens. Didn't matter because they were bad. But let's throw this out there. If whatever you're shooting at is bad, your 30-06 is probably not going to do much in the way of damage. Okay.
Dude, he could have killed somebody. I mean,
typical government employee
well, I'm
trying
saying
to
if it's
skew the
drone
conspiracy.
technology or alien technology or something that's nefarious.
Yeah.
If it's something not, yes, the bullet is going to kill an innocent person, as it almost did here.
Thank God.
Like it's not. Just please don't shoot at the helicopters. That's all I'm asking. It's not a much. I mean, it's not a big ask. Gonky, do you have thoughts on this matter?
It's like you said, man. I mean, maybe this is the first time this dude has looked above the horizon and thought, holy dude, there's shit flying around up here. Let me get my gun. Right. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. I just like,
it's true. He could be Russell Case. He could have previously been dude, abducted.
Even if I did see a drone, I mean, first thought wouldn't be, I'm going to shoot that sucker down. But it'd
be your top 5 thoughts.
Top 3, maybe second thought through my mind. My son is going through a phase now where he literally shoots at everything. So I mean, it's, but like fake pretend.
You guys moving to Alabama?
Pretend.
Yeah. Where were you on the night of September?
I do. Let's not gloss over the fact that this happened at 4:20 in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this guy probably wasn't of sound mind. All right, like
we could have just been. Jocko gets up at 4:20.
But I've never heard of Jocko shooting down a helicopter. So
yeah,
I mean, Jocko's a professional, so you wouldn't hear about it.
That's true.
I guess my first thought is if I don't understand something, my first reaction is not to shoot it, which.
Look where that's gotten you, Gonky.
Right.
Nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much
fuck it. Fox 3.
Right. Exactly. It was hostile, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Yeah. It was the tanker again, Gonky.
Figure it out in the debrief.
Wasn't even in the airspace.
I don't know. Dude, it blows my mind. But like you, I mean, WOMBAT, you joke, but maybe this guy did have a mental condition. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I wasn't saying a mental condition. I figured he was high or drunk.
He obviously has a mental condition. He's got something.
Yeah, something's not right. Something's not right.
But
you are not of sound mind if you walk out of your house at 4:20 and start firing off rounds into this guy.
If it's got a red light and a green light, it is not an alien.
You don't know that, mover.
It's an airplane.
You don't know that.
Like there's all kinds of things.
It's exactly what an alien would say.
Yeah, it's exactly what an alien ship would look like. They're not going to come in with their fancy whirly lights.
Careful, WOMBAT. You are exposing your extensive UFO
you're going to end up getting hauled in front of Congress.
We're going to get like $500 worth of questions asking you about your time on the
keep going.
Hold on a second. So what you're telling me is if I'm a life form that's smart enough to travel light years to another planet, I'm not going to be smart enough to put the same lighting as their aircraft so I can get close enough. I'm going to come up with these crazy lights. Come on.
No, dude. NVGs.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Dude. White phosphorus too. It won't be all cheesy green stuff. It'll be the
good stuff.
GP NVGs. They don't mess around and Xanadu.
They don't mess around. No.
I love it.
Okay.
Just remember me, boys. Don't take them all out. That's all I have to say.
Gonky, mental health minute, go.
Well,
this is not really mental health minute. So there was a question last week about Gonky's Well, he made a comment and it gave no explanation. So people are like, Gonky, you got kicked out of the military because you don't believe in Jesus? Very concerned people. Because you made a
so lot of
comment
people-
about the chaplain.
A lot of people did ask. So, it was the Charlie Kirk video, right? So I said, he died for his beliefs. And I said, I lost my fast jet flying career for my beliefs. And it was a chaplain determined I didn't, what was his exact words? I don't see enough consistency in your faith is what he told me. So, it's a true story. Charlie Kirk lost his life for his beliefs, political and religious, which is sad here in America. And during the pandemic, I refused the vaccine, and part of that whole process in the military at the time was, well, you got to go see a doctor. We have to, their words, we have to educate you. And then the second part of that was, hey, you want to put in a religious exemption? Because I'm a Christian, and I honestly thought that I just couldn't do this, like via my faith. And so I was required to write a paper explaining myself. So I picked, I think 3 verses out of the Bible that came to mind. Yes. And I unpacked, and my paper, my thoughts were from those verses in the Bible. My pastor already says, don't tell them your opinion, tell them what the Bible says. So that's what I did. And then they're like, we need to have you come in. We need to interview you to see if you're, real, being legit. I was like, okay. So we go in and talk. I go in and talk to a Air Force chaplain, and it was extremely eye-opening because here I am. It's a very stressful time. I'm in uniform on a United States military base in America, and I grew up in Saudi Arabia, where nothing against the Saudis, but they told us you're not allowed to put up Christmas lights outside. You will not have churches. Your religion is not welcome here, basically. And again, it's nothing against the Saudis. I don't have anything against them. They gave me a very fantastic childhood upbringing. And I just couldn't believe I'm in America in uniform, having to prove my faith in God to a designated authority. And it was very obvious to me that he was well trained in exactly what to say. He had certain regs that he had memorized. And when I was done talking about my faith, and I basically stayed with what I had written, he said, I don't see enough consistency in your faith here. I don't think you're being honest. And then he quoted some of these Air Force regs. And I was like, dude, you're a chaplain and you are judging me off Air Force regs and not what the Bible says. And he was a captain, I was a major. And so from there, the conversation became very one way. And I'll be honest, I wanted to come across the table and choke him with my hands. It's just how I felt. And I think I scared him, because after about 30 minutes of really leaning into him, he said, oh, okay, I will put in my paperwork that I think that you're being honest. And then of course I found out he lied. He didn't put that. I think he was afraid of me because I was pretty hot. So that is, that's what happens. And I thought, well, this is, and it almost ended my military career back then. It ended my flying career. Definitely ended my fast jet flying career, and put a lot of strain on my family. And at the time, I almost lost my civilian job too, because I have faith and convictions there. So I was fighting it on my civilian job side too. So outside of business income, I was going to lose all my W-2 income, and I have a wife and kids, and thank God. Things turned out okay. And I'm, it's just proof again to me, if you keep the faith and do what's, what I believe I'm called to do, everything will be okay. But I'm thankful I didn't have to die for my beliefs. So that is a longer explanation of kind of what I was talking about with regards to Charlie Kirk being shot for what he believes in. So.
WOMBAT, do you have anything to add on that? I don't know that.
Really. I knew what you're going through. I feel like the subject matter expert on this show, although Mover does test it sometimes with what he's been through, of people trying to take away goals and dreams, and overall, you'd be the first to tell me, so I'll say it, that like your career was fairly blessed. Like, I mean, you got fighters right out of the gate. You got to stay where you wanted to. Base wise, you went and did the jobs you wanted to do. So in a lot of regards, this was some of the largest and first real adversary that you were put up against in your career, which, I had it little bits of it, throughout the whole thing. And I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because people will get angry when they watch this. They're going to be like, that's ridiculous. That person should be court-martialed. That guy was just following orders, right? I mean, we were living in a time that was upside down. Nobody knew what was going on in the military. People were being forced to do things that didn't even need to be forced to do, because then they changed their policy a week later. It was just this so upside down world overall, and especially in the military. And you were brought head on. The only thing that I feel for, I mean, because you came out great and everything's fine, it all works out, right? It's like we've talked about, you and I have had the conversation, hey, would you go back to flying fighters again if you knew it was going to end the way it did for me? And I say, yeah, because I met my wife, I had my kids. All of the things that I have now were because of that, right? And you can look back and say, you know what, the freedom that you have now, and the path that you're on now is because of what you went through. The only part of this that I really cringe at is the Christian side of it, the chaplain side of it, of like, I in a way feel bad for that individual, because whether he or she realizes it now or will realize it ultimately, I mean, they were doing the exact opposite of what their job is supposed to be, right? They're supposed to be the one person that never judges, the one person that you can go to and air it all. And I've used the chaplain before in two very strong instances in my career, which we've talked around on the show and not really directly at. And they were always great. They got me through those times. So for you to be faced with this, I feel bad for that chaplain, because at some point they're going to realize the position they were in. And likely, if they're a chaplain, they're in it. They went that path of their career for a reason. They're a believer and all that. And at some point it's going to hit them, the hypocrisy in which that point of their life was. And ultimately it's not for you or I to judge that person or anybody. Like, what's above, as I like to say, that judgment comes from above our pay grade. So thank God, because I don't want to. I feel bad that you had to go through it. But I feel great knowing as a brother, as a friend, that you stuck your guns on it, and you can look yourself in the mirror today and know that you did what was right for you. And I just wish that chaplain would have done the same thing, because they could have easily looked at their commanding officer and been like, no, like, I'm not doing this. Like, you can fire me if you think this is what you want me to do. Like, there's no, you know what I mean? So it's,
Yeah.
But again,
So
at the end of the day, like I joked before, it's not a joke, right? I've read the book. I know how it ends. I'm not too worried about it. You're not too worried about it. Like, it's going to be great. So,
well, the way it should work in America is the door shuts. Hey, Gonky, how are you? Tough times, huh? Listen, you can tell me you believe in rainbows, sunshines, dogs, ponies, whatever. It's America, freedom religion. I'm going to put, yep, I think you're authentic. How are you doing? How's your family?
yep.
Look, it's probably not going to pass because these are weird times, blah, blah, blah. Like that.
Yep.
That's how it should have went. But it was
Should've
very,
100%.
I felt like I was in a third world country, man. But
yeah, that's a shame.
So.
But I mean, at the end of the day, right, we all have to make our decisions. We all stand and believe in what we believe in, right? And that may be different individual to individual. Even amongst your social circle, it could be very different. A lot of times you don't even really know the convictions of the people around you, but at the end of the day, none of it matters, right? You look in the mirror, you got to look yourself in the mirror. And I know damn well you could look at yourself in the mirror today and be proud of what you did. I know you can, right? I mean, I know you, and I know how much you love flying fast jets, but I know it was not above, your faith. Like, I know that. So, and I can't say that for everybody that we knew, right? A lot of people did not stick to their guns on that. And
Yeah. So that's the story.
Yeah.
Remember? I mean,
So send your money because Gonky. Just kidding.
Anybody got a fast jet that needs flown?
Yeah.
2 for one.
Locally.
Whoa.
Not too
Three
far of a
3
drive.
for one.
Not too far away.
Yeah, in the south.
No airline travel required because we were banned from all airlines
Oh,
henceforth after this segment.
No,
Special tonight. Buy 2, get 1 free.
Yeah. We're not banned from all airlines yet until you put the
Yeah, it'll be a week or
pilots
two.
fly, and then my
Doug, you
union
got
will
anything to
call me.
add?
That last part that Gonky said really summed it up for me. It's like, I don't care what you believe. I don't care what he believes. I don't care any of that stuff. We're in America. Gonky believes what he believes, and he's allowed to, and that's the end of the discussion.
Yeah.
And
It was a weird time. I mean,
the only other piece I could throw in there is when I was listening to the story, it's like, I was in leadership, and when I had to say these are the regulations, it usually meant that I didn't have a good argument otherwise.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Valid.
Yep.
That's all I got.
fact.
Guess who said it's bedtime?
It is bedtime.
Oh, I said bedtime, and she.
She's like,
Is it
finally.
bedtime?
She's like, have you made cookie money? Can we go?
Right.
Oh,
She's like, no,
this show's boring.
when do you talk about me? She's got to work tomorrow.
Hey, me too.
She's got
Does
two.
she still have her own
two-
YouTube channel?
Yeah, she does, and I'm going to put the Luna cam on her tomorrow when we go
There you go.
do a thing. I got a little camera for her vest.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
We're doing you talk about perspective. Tomorrow we're doing dedication for Sergeant Grant Candy's. They're dedicating us the highway where he was killed.
Oh, very cool.
So we're doing that, and then the show and tell with some kids. So
Nice.
it's always fun for her, high stress for me
Why is it high stress for you?
because they're kids.
Luna's there for you, right, Mover?
Yeah, they're unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I
Look
got
at how
2.
old are they?
I know.
How old are they?
It's an elementary school, so
So like 6, 7, 8 years old.
it could be any number. I don't know.
Mover did that. I guess he doesn't.
They're small.
They're like small. They're like teenagers, right? Early
Yeah,
teens,
they're
maybe.
little people.
Dude, that age is
Early
easy,
teens.
man. They think you're cool and a hero, and you have a dog. Like, that's all. Like,
Yeah.
bring the car that makes the lights go whoop whoop, and they'll be like, "This is amazing." Like, it's not until they're like 16 or 17 when you make the lights go whoop whoop.
And they
then
run.
They're like, "Ah, crap,
Outta here."
So, yeah, then they're definitely not. They're not as happy. So that's
Yeah.
cool. You're doing that though. I'll look forward to that
that's
video.
all. I don't know if it's gonna be a video. I just know. We're talking about like it's true.
Yeah.
I have to bring
We
my
need an
emotional.
exit strategy.
I have to bring. The PIO loves it. She's like, she's like, I don't worry about Luna. I worry about you.
Yeah.
like,
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like Arnold. Like it's shot. You know, like the
Yeah, bring
Arnold
the
the
ferret,
kindergarten cop.
right? Luna's
Yeah.
like your big.
Because it's just like, oh man, no whining.
they're fine.
That's
They're
perfect.
fine.
Yeah.
Just if they get out of line, make them do push-ups. Kids love that.
No,
how I
it
treat
always.
the
I mean,
baseball
because
team.
what they like to do is they like the crowd, you know, and you're like, hey, one at a time on the dog. You know what I mean? Don't crowd the dog. That's how dog bites.
Does Luna get upset if she gets
No,
crowded?
she doesn't get upset. I do because I know that's how. Like I have training, and I know that that's how dog bites happen. So I don't want Luna to, because any dog, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Luna's like, I want all the hands on me at all the time. That's all I want. Like, Dad, shut up. All the hands. That's how our lab is. She's like my son will get up in front of her, and then she just rolls over it. And I'm like, Lucy just wants all of the hands on her. Like if there were 8 hands on her rubbing her tummy right now, she'd be in heaven. Like that's all. Luna's just that way. She's
Luna's a
like, Dad,
professional.
don't kill my vibe.
She's got a vest on, a badge.
Yeah, so that's less hands-on.
A
She needs
gun.
more hands to get on there to feel good.
Carries- Joe says, "Dos Gringos." I'm the MFer who started World War III. All right, let's end the show because that's enough of this.
Some would argue
Next
it was
week,
over a long
Monday.
time ago.
Wombat, thank you for your service.
Yes.
We're glad you're back. We'll
Thanks,
see you in
Thanks for
3 to
having
4
me.
business months.
No, sorry. It needs to stop it. Listen, it was a valid reason that I haven't told either of you yet.
And therefore,
but
it's not valid.
trust me. If I were to tell you right now, you'd feel really bad. So let's just leave it at that. It was a valid
Well,
reason.
okay, hold
and
on. Let me fix the mental health minute banner real quick.
No. No.
Hold on. I gotta make it.
So it's good. I'm happy to be back. I'm sorry.
Perfect.
I appreciate you hanging
There you
in
go.
there with me.
No.
So,
Okay.
in
Hey, but-
summary, for anybody
Buy his book.
watching, yes,
Buy his
my
books and send him nice messages.
Yes, and I think that all pilots should fly until they die, and the
Right.
Navy's great. And
We're-
Boeing
we-
and McDonnell Douglas are great, and I
We
like
love-
my life
We love airline pilots, and we hope they fly into all the times.
all the times
All
until
the time.
yeah, because they're so knowledgeable and so easy to get along with.
Okay. Goodbye.
See you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.